At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, April Air, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd. The following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live, your new home for Chieftain Athletics. It's time for the Chieftains on your new home for Tonganoxie High School Athletics. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by It's time for the Chieftains, right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
And for one final time in the 2023-24 season, welcome inside at Chieftain Arena for regular season basketball here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, and it is presented by Chieftains Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client to see how they can help you protect what matters most. Call them at 913-369-6600 as we cruise along into the S&S Body pregame show. They've been the place to go to in Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work since 1972. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. So glad you guys could join us. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin. We are wrapping up the final senior night of the winter sports season is taking place here in between these two games and the final regular season game at home for both of these teams as they will be playing on the road in the playoffs moving forward. So this is it for them tonight, a doubleheader in the Frontier League against the Paola Panthers. I know a team that you've gotten really familiar with.
Very familiar
your time
with,
over
yes.
on Paola Sports Live. We want to welcome in our audience over there as well for tonight's simulcast. We appreciate you guys joining us tonight. We're going to have a fun night of basketball coming up. So we'll talk about the boys matchup a little bit later on, but we know coming into this one, both of these teams currently right now, Paola holds that final playoff spot. They would be going on the road to take on the Fort Scott Lady Tigers. However, with the win tonight from Tonganoxie, they could potentially leapfrog the Panthers and take that final spot. So there's a lot on the line right in this game here right now.
And they have everything to play for here. If Paola wins, they're a game and a half ahead, but they have to have the ability to try and at least get 2.5 games ahead if they have to beat either Lewisburg or Emporia next week, with those two games being in the Panther Dome, so they'll have the home court advantage. But Tonganoxie, this game is everything to them. Not for their seniors, but for their team in general, as they have to win this game in order to stay with the playoff competition, because I know both of these teams are going to come out firing, and I'm expecting a good one here.
Yeah, expecting a great one as well. Again, Tongi, you saw the couple of last matchups for Paola. Tonganoxie, their last game coming up on Tuesday night on the road at Ottawa. The Cyclones beating the Lady Chieftains here in Chieftain Arena earlier on the season. So looking to pick up the win here tonight and go into that last battle of the regular season, potentially holding on to that last final playoff spot. Let's set it down to courtside. Let's get our starting lineup for the Panthers and the Chieftains.
For Paola, number 4, a 5'8" senior, Jocelyn Fuller. For Tonganoxie, number 1, a 5'2" sophomore, Alyssa Shawnick. For Paola, number 5, a 5'9" junior, Rylan Wicker. For Tonganoxie, number 21, a 5'2" senior, Mariah Herrera. For Paola, number 12, a 5'8" sophomore, Amanda Pitzer. For Tonganoxie, number 24, a 5'8" senior, Lincoln Bennett. For Paola, number 15, a 5'9" junior, Abby Editor. For Tonganoxie, number 34, a 5'6" senior, Sage Isaacs. For Paola, number 23, a 5'8" sophomore, Audrey Allen. And for Tonganoxie, number 42, a 5'8" senior, Mariah Sneed. And coaches for this evening game, for Paola, Jason Butler. For Tonganoxie, Mitch Lewis.
Again, your starting lineups tonight brought to you by Team Tongi. They've donated more than $229,000 to local families. To learn how you can help make a difference and to learn about upcoming Team Tongi events, check out their website at www.teamtongi.com as we're getting ready for this one to get started. Brendan, I'll turn it over to you. Obviously, you know this Panther squad better than anybody, so let's get to our player spotlight tonight. Brought to you by Brothers Market. Check out the weekly ads and specials in-store on their website at shopbrothersmarket.com, where they treat you like family. We know who we're keeping our eye on for Tonganoxie. We're pretty familiar with that squad. How about for the Panthers, who are a player or two that should be in our player spotlight?
You're going to keep your eye on mostly number 23, Audra Downham. She's one of the more electric scorers on this team. Her sister got hurt earlier in the year with a torn ACL against Fort Scott in their own home tournament, but now her sister having to fulfill the starting role and the starting guard role has done phenomenal so far, averaging 11 points per game this season so far. She can shoot it from three. She's become so more confident and such a blossoming player so far. And also, just wanted to say Abby Ediger, and also I could mention Brylan Wicker as well. Those are going to be your main post presence for this Lady Panthers team. And there's Audra to shoot the three. But Brylan, she's been averaging close to 10 rebounds a game. Oh, my.
Chieftains with some numbers here for the time being. Coming off the missed shot on the other end. Chieftains had their first shot on the offensive glass.
But Abby and Brylan have been such good post presences, scoring-wise and getting the rebounds as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Chieftains match up against the Lady Panthers. But both of them have been taking shots very quickly so far. And Lakin Bennett's going to head out for her final night as a Lady Chieftain starter.
Yeah, always the thing I love the most here on senior night. It doesn't matter the starting five, all the seniors, if possible, get in there and get in the starting lineup. Obviously, Lakin dealing with that finger injury, so she gets checked out early, but still a nice gesture from Coach Loomis to put her in there and get her started. So the more traditional starting five is still out there for Tonganoxie. Mariah Sneed still down there in the post. She's heckling defenders, poking that ball loose, and it will be Tonganoxie basketball. She going to work down low. That was Wicker. She was able to knock it out of the hands of.
And they're going to look for Wicker any chance they get down low in the post. And it's nice by Mariah Sneed to notice that they're looking at Wicker right on. And she's able to prod it away from her.
Mariah Sneed arguably coming off of one of her best games of the season this past Tuesday night here at home against Baldwin. Came in. There was some early foul trouble. Addie Schooler in some foul trouble. Had to come out early. Mariah Sneed came off the bench. She takes the shot there. Does not go. Shonick on the rebound. That one a little bit too strong on the right side. But she came in, provided really great minutes for Coach Loomis. Did great on the defensive end. Put some numbers up offensively. And even if tonight wasn't senior night, she definitely earned to be out there in the starting five in this matchup.
And Downham had an open lane, but then lost it inside, and they're going to get a jump ball going the other way. So Paola almost had quite the scoring chance, but just an unlucky event there for it to have their second turnover on the game so far.
As we take another look inside again of the Chieftain starting five lineup, like you've been already being checked out, but those are your starting five. And a shout out to the Tonganoxie media class, graphic department, whatever they want to be called, for coming out with these awesome graphics for us. As we have our first bucket of the game, it's Mariah Herrera. She gets her senior night off started with a bang.
And normally we'd love to see her shoot the ball from the outside, but she's been so well shooting it from the inside as well, and it's nice to see her already going off that mark, and Paola just having another unlucky turnover there.
3 turnovers on 4 possessions so far for the Panthers. Going to need to try to clean up on that as they go forward. Tough break there, too, as it went off the back heel of a player. The back was turned to the ball.
I believe it was Amanda Pitzer.
Now it's Maslak from Herrera in the far corner. That one doesn't go. Long rebound tracked down by Herrera and the Chieftains.
Paola, they love to blend in that 2-3 zone. It's their specialty. And as recipe for success is the Chieftains now have another turnover here on this one.
Already 5 combined between these two teams. Only just a couple minutes into this one. We'll be interesting to see either to tidy up on that as we go along. We've already seen a couple of entry passes down low where Tongi trying to attack this Paola defense, and they've gone awry, out of bounds, almost coming away with a potential another takeaway. Now one-on-one down low. Wicker over Sneed, and is fouled.
And Sneed just didn't have the right reach on there, and Wicker is going to go up and post you up every single time she is able to. So now it's a matter of can Brylan Wicker knock him down here.
First one away, a little bit too strong. Clunks off the back iron and falls off on the right side. Second one, they want to make the corrections, and the first points of the game for the Panthers come off a free throw on the back end for Wicker. 2-1 contest, closing in on 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Shonick dribbling in, lost her footing, able to kick it out to Isaacs. Now gives to Herrera at the left wing. Good hesitation, gets by a defender, was trying to go back to Isaacs, and another one thrown away. Both teams with 3 turnovers. Maslak almost coming away with that one again. So
Schooler's going to check in now for Sneed. I mean, what a game from her on Tuesday in her second start. I mean, like I mentioned, she's not the player that is going to score a lot, but she's going to be the one to grab those rebounds. And what a drive there.
Not a lot of resistance on Pitzer. She just got the inbound and took it all the way around on that right side. No one was giving her any resistance. She took the space, and nice bank in on the glass gives the Panthers the lead.
Dylan, when I tell you it's her favorite shot, I mean it is her favorite shot. The running floater she throws up, and Shawnick just answers right back. But when I tell you she loves running floaters, I mean she shot them about 90% of the time in the second half of the season. I mean, anytime she gets it, she'll just run up and shoot a floater, and about 75% of the time it goes in. But with this time, she had a little less defense on her there, and it worked out. Got
that last foul on Shawnick for her first, second team foul of the quarter for Tonganoxie. Speaking of Shawnick, knocking down the three at the other end, give Chieftains back the lead, 5-3. And talk about a shot that the player likes. Nobody other than Alyssa Shawnick, as another one thrown away by Paola. Not afraid to pull the trigger from downtown. One of the best three-point shooters on this team, arguably, if not the best.
Something Tongi has to limit tonight is fouling in general. I mean, you saw it. They've had two players foul out, being Schooler and Sneed. So, and their aggression's already showing. They have two fouls to start this first quarter, so they're going to have to tighten down a little bit and not be as aggressive and just let Paola try and do the work and play their best defense without being as aggressive as you need to be.
Yeah, we saw Coach Loomis had to get deeper into his bench earlier in that game on Tuesday as Wicker's open underneath, blown coverage. She's got three early, and we're tied again at 5. Yeah, that was a problem. We don't see Coach Loomis get too deep into that bench. Usually sticks with about an 8-man rotation at best, but multiple players with 3 fouls in the first half forced him to change that. That running floater too strong for Maslak as it falls off the front, and the Panthers coming back the other way. Still loose. Isaacs picking it away. Edgar on the other way lost it. Pitches it back. Addie Schooler is there on the right side, but she walked with it.
Oh, no. And there has to be a very unlucky foul. Unlucky travel if you're Schooler. She was at the right place at the right time. Just had too many two-steps there. Unfortunate there. And now we'll see the Panthers and already another turnover on the other end. But as I was catching my word there, Smale and Rutledge have been two of the best defensive players for this Paola squad. Rutledge averaging close to 2 steals a game. I mean, she's a defensive pest. She will not get out of your face, if anything. And she's a really good hustler. I mean, like we saw Noah Carlton on Tuesday at Baldwin, she's that type of player for Paola that they love to have come off the bench. But she's only started in 1 game this year, and that was whenever Wicker has had a volleyball tournament in that Burlington 7th place game against Sabetha. So,
and Maslak knocks down her first 3 ball of the game, gives the Chieftains back to lead 8-5. Already our 3rd lead change early in this one.
And I told you earlier, I knew this game was going to be a slugfest till the end, and a foul on Maslak there, reaching for the ball as I caught Smale on the arm there.
So we'll have Fuller checking back in for Paola, and Wicker will head out. So already 3 team fouls for the Chieftains. Luckily, the fouls will reset at quarter. It's already 1 apiece for Maslak, Sneed, and Shawnick as the inbound is taken away. 7th turnover of the day for Paola, forced over by Tonganoxie as Shawnick weaving her way down the floor. Now puts it back in the defender, kick out and cross away. Isaacs to Maslak, does not go for 3.
And on that turnover, Smale tried to fit that into a tight window that just wasn't open.
Trying to answer on the other end. That one doesn't go. Rebound pulled in by Shawnick. The miss off of Rutledge. Going coast to coast is Shawnick. And is fouled. 2 free throws on the way. First of the game for Tonganoxie.
And I like that aggression from Shawnick, just taking what she's given at the other end and just trying to throw it up and get a foul. And she's got 2 shots here.
First team foul of the quarter for Paola. Chieftains in front by 3. Alyssa Shawnick trying to extend that at the free throw line. The only senior for Tonganoxie that was in the starting lineup. Of course, the 4 seniors on the squad this year: Mariah Herrera, Lakin Bennett, Mariah Sneed, and Sage Isaacs. And the young sophomore point guard was out there with them to start the game. Still out there, hadn't taken a break yet. Maslak comes out, Lila Carlton into the game. Second free throw, Rainbows up and just falls off the front iron. 0 for 2 on that trip for Shawnick. Downham, driving, almost lost it, goes up and under. Nice move and a finish with the right hand.
She went full Marcus Mariota there. I mean, gets the pass deflected, gets it right back, and has a nice finish underneath.
Do not ever talk about Marcus Mariota in that Tennessee Titans game ever again around me. I still struggle from time to time. Coming off back-to-back Super Bowl wins, I still think about that game.
Okay, correction. Lamar Jackson. I think that's a better one. That's less angry.
At least we won that game. Another foul call. You're on the floor for Paola. First trip to the line for Isaacs in this one.
It's going to be on Jocelyn Fuller, her first. The second Chieftain out of this quarter to shoot 2 free throws.
This has obviously been the Achilles heel of this team so far this season. Is the free throw shooting for Tonganoxie is definitely well below the clip that you would like to see it on the season. In past years, it's been a little bit of dealing with full court pressure. They've gotten much better on that this year, but when they get the chances at the line, now 0 for 4 on the night, they have a hard time trying to capitalize on them and leaving a lot of points.
And I'm surprised Paola has not gone to the line more than they have this season. They love trying to drive through contact just any time they get. But it's been Tonganoxie who's done just that this game.
Herrera looking for her 3. That one doesn't go. Schooler underneath, offensive board. Too strong on the putback, though. Might have been slightly altered off by Wicker. Can't tell if she got a hand on there or not. We're under a minute to go in the first. Still a 1-point lead for the Chieftains at 8-7.
And there's a 2 versus 1 situation there for Schooler, but Wicker just trying to hold her own there. And just tried to force it up there. Just too strong off the glass, though.
Getting her own rebound. Shawnick just saying, no, give me that. Swiping it right back. Chieftains can have a chance for the final shot. Pass deflected. Herrera still controls. Now Isaacs on a head fake. Driving to kick out to Carlton at the left wing. Coming back over on the far side to Herrera. We're approaching 10 seconds left.
Get it to either Shawnick or Herrera.
Putting the moves inside with the right hand. Floater does not go. Over the outstretched hands of Schooler. And no good. The final shot. Shawnick closed in on defense, not really giving her a window. Low-scoring affair in the first quarter, but a close game nonetheless. 8-7, Chieftains on top of the Panthers. A lot on the game, lot on the line here in this game. Final Frontier League matchup at home on the season here in Chieftain Arena on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Hey folks, save $1,000 on your interior painting project this winter. Hire Absolute Painting during November through February and qualify for 10% off your project, a free paint upgrade, and a free color consultation to make sure you choose the perfect colors to transform your home. This amazing offer only lasts until our winter calendar is booked and spots are filling up fast. Call now and save $1,000 on your interior project. No money down, affordable monthly payment options are available. This offer won't last long, so call now to save $1,000 on your interior project with Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
What's up, guys? I'm Brendan Bolin, and this is T-Town Talk.
Gets the snap from Fisher, fakes the handoff Brusen. Looks right, deep ball, lofting into the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown, Chieftains! Here comes Maslak down the court, dribbling on Springer. Kicks it at the Shawnick, pops the 3 from the right corner, gets it to go! Back up top to Zakai Glover. Feeds it inside to Carlton. Nice power dribble underneath and gets it to go. Join me every Friday at 7 a.m. for your exclusive Chieftain Sports News and more on our exclusive home on Spotify.
Start at quarter number 2, just getting started on Tongi Sports Live. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin. Another ball loose and turnover number 9 on the night for Paola as Shawnick is hip checked. And they will say in the act of shooting, so another trip to the line for Alyssa Shawnick and the Chieftains. It'll be the 3rd in total. Only 1 trip in that first quarter for Paola.
That's Downham second, so if you're Paola, you've got to tell Audrey Downham to be careful here because it's one of your best scorers and your leading scorer, in fact. So the Chieftains make their first free throw on the night.
Snapping the streak of missing 4 in a row in that first quarter. Lead extending to 2, trying to make it 3 and break double digits. This next one from Shawnick.
Speaking of 4, Shawnick now has 4 in the game, the leading scorer of any team. Make it 5.
Great minds think alike.
I knew you'd say that. I figured I'd just say it first before you did.
There you go. Shot put up there, does not go. To rebound underneath by Shawnick. So 3 lead changes and 1 tie already in that first quarter. Expect more of the same as we go along as another travel call there. Mazlak dragging that pivot foot. 5th turnover so far for the Chieftains.
And Downham, what I love about her is the fearlessness she has going to the basket with any sort of contact. There's 3 people in there. She didn't get the shot off, but she was still determined to try and score something, whether it be anything. That's the kind of player she is, the kind of player Paola needs if they want to have a solid run in sub-state.
Good pass underneath and a kick out. Foot on the line. Long range 2 does not go. Fighting for the rebound. Addie Schooler able to bring it in before it crosses over in the baseline. Again, for Addie Schooler, can't say enough about the young freshman. Still looks a little bit sometimes like a newborn calf or dress with that, trying to find her footing out there at times. You know, as a freshman, has a couple of varsity starts under her belt, has seen her minutes drastically pump up in volume over the second half of the season, especially in the middle of the Tonga Invitational Basketball Tournament about a month ago. And like you said, the points, not quite there yet, but those will come as she ages and matures and gets more and more time under her belt. But what she's been able to do this early for me on the offensive defensive boards, I mean, that's already so valuable, able to keep some extra possessions alive for the Chieftains.
And I mean, that's all Coach Loomis can ask for. Just find your footing and just keep working at it. I mean, I'm pretty sure Alyssa and Emerson and maybe even Farrah could say the same thing about getting some varsity time in as well. I mean, Alyssa had to start from day one. She was thrown into the fire. Schooler had to wait her turn a little bit and perform well on JV to be here. So,
power dribble underneath, goes up, does not go. Ball loose, getting her own rebound. That shot was from Wicker. I believe she's the one on top of it. Another jump ball. Possession arrow brings it back to the Chieftains.
But, I mean, she's done a phenomenal job as she checks out here now. But such a phenomenal job, whether it's getting rebounds or even trying to put up shots. Although it's probably not the game she wanted for herself and maybe Coach Loomis wanted from her, she still showed that aggression and still showed the amount of tenacity she's able to play with. And I'm sure Coach Loomis is excited to have her for 3 more years this season.
Yeah, just the fact to go out there, have the confidence, and just keep playing and don't let your confidence waver. That speaks volumes to Coach Loomis. Still a 3-point ball game. We're just under 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Chieftains back on the attack in the hands of Isaacs. Back up top to Shawnick. Quickly to the near side to Herrera, trying to go to work. Finds Isaacs, dumps to Sneed, collects on the left side. Shot a little too strong. Tight defense. Mazlak got to be careful. Almost could have been called for her second foul of the game there, but whistle not blown. Clear lane for Fuller on the drive in. Just can't get it to go. Wicker on the rebound and put back. 2 more free throws on the way. It'll be the second trip for Wicker as she was able to get to that ball off the rim before Sneed could.
And anytime there's a second chance rebound available, it's going to be Wicker about 95% of the time coming down with it. And she is able to just force a shot up and get 2 shots here.
Leading scorer right now for Paola at 3. As Schooler back into the game, Sneed will come out for the Chieftains. Went 1 for 2 on her last trip, hit on the back end, trying to repeat here. Rattles in and out. Already seen 7 missed free throws combined between these 2 squads early in this one. Mazlak driving in, defenders around her, finds Shawnick, creates space, puts up a shot, and banks it in. It's an 8-point first half. And still over 5 minutes left to go for Alyssa Shawnick.
And Shawnick's been a real problem. She's still consistently trying to shoot the 3 ball. And it's gone in for her most of the time she's tried to shoot it, so I like to see her stay with it. And you saw Mariah Herrera still consistently trying to shoot the 3 ball, and she hit 2 of her shots last game, but now it's all Alyssa Shonick here so far in this first half.
Geez, it's a good clip from downtown so far, 2 of 5. And both of those made by Alyssa Shonick. And it poked away.
I like the vision there. Wicker saw that back cut underneath by Pitzer. It was just a tight window to try and force it through, but I like the vision there.
Herrera showing the handles off, now finds Maslak, quickly gives to Shonick. Gets the screen from Schooler, step back, another 3 ball. That one doesn't go, hangs in the air. Maslak comes soaring in, up and under, maybe a little bit forced. Ball is still loose. Schooler and company trying to get it. The Panthers able to control, beating her down to the ground. On the other side, Wicker contact, but no whistle, still makes it anyways. Now 5-4.
Wicker still staying consistent despite the amount of pressure the Chieftains have put on her in the paint. I love to see she's still going at it. But defensively, the Panthers on the rebound have to stay strong with the ball. They've been forced out of it several times.
And like the idea from Isaacs, just a tight window, couldn't get to Schooler. Now off the turnover and back-to-back lay-ins for the Panthers as we're back to a 1-possession game. That's Downham on the finish.
The Panthers normally during this time, they will show some fight here. They're not afraid to go down despite how much scoring is going on. They love to claw their way back into games and make it very close, intense for the other team. And now is their time as they're within 1 possession right now.
Tie or take the lead. Wicker calling for it down low. One-on-one at the moment with Schooler. They're trying to knock it loose. Can't quite do it. Picking up the dribble is Pitzer. Hands off to Downham. And Maslak got to be really, really careful. Whistle on the floor. A timeout called for Paola. Head coach Jamie Butler wanted to try to draw something up here. 2 minutes, 59 seconds still to go in the second quarter. It's a 2-point ball game. Panthers on a run, can tie or take the lead on the other side here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367. The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
We'll see what the Panthers are able to come up with. Good pass. Momentum taking them a little bit too far on the catch was down. I'm forced to kick out. Now a drive poke loose by Isaac. Shonick able to control. Got that as turnover number 12 now for the Panthers. Now the Chieftains can take these turnovers and make them hurt on the other end. This could be a different story right now, but it's a 2-point ball game. Just a little over 2.5 to go until we hit the locker room for halftime. And
Rutledge is in mostly as a defensive presence. She normally likes to be subbed in here close to this time.
Schooler catch it, collects, draws contact. She'll go to the line now.
It's Wicker's first, and Downham's going to check back in quickly. Normally they run a 7-person rotation here. Is Downham and Ediger on the bench currently, as Smale and Rutledge will normally be the first 2 off the bench, and then they have 3 more kind of later in the second half that play a lot of JV minutes just to get some exposure. But normally it'll be, they like subbing in Rachel Eistrup or Grace McCorkadall, but I don't see McCorkadall on the bench, so I believe, sorry, I don't see Eistrup on the bench, so I believe it'll be McCorkadall and then somebody else. I'm not sure, but second free throw good there.
And we're correct on the back end. Chieftains back in front by 3, 14-11. Panthers can tie, and it would be their first from downtown in the game, but a drive in on the left hand, good finish, getting it around the defender as Maslak. As that's down him again, she's got 6. Chieftains just have not been able to get on a run and put some separation between them and the Panthers. They've been, if you're Paola, keeping it close. Another jump ball called, and that will take a possession away for Tongi. It'll be Paola basketball. 7th turnover game now for the Chieftains.
Here comes Ediger. Probably giving Wicker a little break here. But some nice defense to force that one away. Smale, nice job jumping on that one to force the turnover there.
Puts up the shot, gets her own rebound to running floater. Second shot doesn't go. Batted out near the baseline. Tongi basketball as Ediger couldn't quite get a handle of it. Another quick substitution in. It's Fuller for Paola, and Downham will head out. Rapid substitutions here for Paola as we're under 2 minutes to go till halftime.
Rutledge just jumped all over that one. It's like she knew it was happening.
It's like a defensive back reading the quarterback's eyes in football. Just saw the pass coming in, crashed in hard. Possession arrow does keep it down here with the Chieftains, however. Shawnock on the inbound out there with Schooler, Isaacs, Maslak, and Lila Carlton. Schooler perfectly designed in the finish for her first official field goal.
And it's a nice setup there for Schooler. Just has that size over the whole court. Just easily lays that one in.
3 ball in the way and banks it in. The first from downtown in the game. It's Rutledge. And we are tied again for the second time in this game at 16.
Rutledge, I love to see her with more confidence shooting the ball. She normally didn't shoot it towards the first half of the season. Then in the Burlington tournament, she shot it a lot more. And I talked to her about it at Chanute, and she said, I feel just more confident, and I feel like it helped my team better. And there's that 3. She's been sinking one in pretty much almost every game.
One Gophers in and out for Shawnock on the other end. Panthers looking for the lead. Be their first lead since it was 3-2 early in this game. Shawnock looking at it, getting down on the ground, taking it away now. Maslak on the left side goes up and is fouled is what they'll say. They'll tag that one to Smale, 34.5 seconds, and a chance to retake the lead at the line for the Chieftains. It'll be Emerson Maslak.
And that's the kind of player the Chieftains love having is Alyssa Shawnock, just so aggressive anytime she gets on the floor, and she's not afraid to go down for the ball or shoot up the smart shots. One of the more talented young players in this Frontier League.
And my other broadcast partner, Dennis Drennan, usually likes to say she's got like a bulldog mentality where she doesn't and fearless, and she's been like that, like you mentioned, starting from the very get-go since she was a freshman all the way to last year, and even to now, the way she goes after loose balls, she gets down on the floor for them, is not afraid to get scuffed up, have a couple of lumps and bruises the next morning. Just absolutely fearless play for Alyssa Shawnock. 4 points out for Maslak, 1 for 2 on that last trip, and another travel on the other end for Paola. Another turnover as well, 23 seconds. Chieftains can use all of it and hold on for the final shot before halftime.
Downham just trying to keep the ball moving there, but just dragged her foot extra there. Just an unlucky turnover, but it's going to give more leeway to the Chieftains to have that last shot, and they got 23 seconds to hang on to it. And I feel like they're going to let Alyssa Shawnock do the honors unless they draw up something here for maybe Emerson Maslak or a post play for Addie Schooler here.
We'll see. It's in the hands of Maslak. They're going to go down low to Schooler, but great defense Edegard poking it away for Paola. Now they have a chance. Full head of steam is Pitzer, and she draws the foul. An offensive foul. As Isaacs had the feet planted, and with a second and a half, you got enough to lob it down and a catch and shoot. And that's the first foul of the game for Pitzer, much to the disapproval of the Paola faithful that made the travel today to Chieftain Arena. So Isaacs will sling it in. It's in the hands of Maslek. Dribbles, puts it up well short. It will be, and they will take a 1-point lead to halftime. 17-16 Chieftains on top of the Panthers here. Potential playoff spot is on the line. We'll see who will hold on in the final 2 quarters, but we'll have the White Birch Property halftime show coming up next here on your home of the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. Whether you're an athlete looking to get back for another big win or you're just trying to win at life, Dr. Adam Ludwin at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy can get you back in the game. Dr. Adam has the tools and skills to have you feeling your best in no time with chiropractic adjustment, physical therapy, cupping, taping, muscle scraping, on-site x-ray, and more. Lose the pain and win the day at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy, now open in Tonganoxie. Book online at winchiropracticst.com or call 913-214-1020.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
Thinking about starting your next outdoor home project? Be sure to call 811 before you dig. After calling 811, wait a few days for utilities to mark your yard with paint or flags to avoid unintentionally hitting a utility line. Hitting a buried line can disrupt service in your area, cost money to repair, or cause serious injury. Southern Star asks you to help protect our community. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Hey folks, save $1,000 on your interior painting project this winter. Hire Absolute Painting during November through February and qualify for 10% off your project, a free paint upgrade, and a free color consultation to make sure you choose the perfect colors to transform your home. This amazing offer only lasts until our winter calendar is booked and spots are filling up fast. Call now and save $1,000 on your interior project. No money down, affordable monthly payment options are available. This offer won't last long, so call now to save $1,000 on your interior project with Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
Welcome back here inside Chieftain Arena for our White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. At White Birch Properties, you have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin. 17-16 ball game at halftime. Chieftains on top of the Panthers. A back and forth contest. 2 ties, 3 lead changes in that first half. Tongi led for the majority of the time, but give credit to Paola. They kept it, didn't let him get too far in front, kept him close the majority of the time, especially made a run there in the second quarter. And really, the lead hasn't been much bigger than about 3 or 4 points for either team.
No, and it really hasn't. It's just been the way both teams have played, in which Tongi's been more aggressive on driving to the basket. Paola just likes to keep possession of the ball, and they've been doing such a good job of just keeping possession and limiting the amount of time that Tongi gets to have the ball for. But whenever Tongi does get the basketball, they've been making the most of it as they've made 3 triples in this one, 2 coming from Alyssa Schoenig and the other being from Emerson Maslak. So they've been shooting the 3 ball pretty solidly. And they've been also doing a good job of getting to the line, which I'll kind of overtake your free throw totals.
Go ahead.
They went 4 of 10, 40% at the line. Schoenig being 2 of 4, Maslak being 1 of 2, Scorer being 1 of 2, and then Isaac's not making one. But that's what they've been doing that Paola needs to do, and what I've not seen from them is going to the free throw line and drawing contact.
Well, and a big part of that, though, is that they have a hard time. 15 turnovers at halftime, so things on offense, it's been a little bit hard to get going for Paola. You got to imagine that's probably emphasis number one. One, take care of the basketball, and 2, for offense, got to find a way to start attacking inside. As far as the Chieftains, there's only 2 fouls on Sneed, 1 on Schoenig, 1 on Maslak. There's nobody on Tongi and really any kind of foul trouble. It's same for Paola. I think I only got down with 2, and everybody else has either 1 or none. So don't have to worry about that. A much different story than our last game on Tuesday at home against Baldwin, as Tongi comes out of the locker room now, still waiting for the Panthers to come out. A little over 4 minutes so we get things started here in the second half. Alyssa Schoenig leading all scorers in the game with 8 points, including 2 buckets from downtown. Chieftains shooting 37.5% from downtown. 2 from Alyssa Schoenig and 1 for Emerson Maslak, who's got 4, and 3 for Addie Schooler and 2 for Mariah Herrera. And on the other side, down and leading the way for the Panthers with 6. Right behind her is Wicker with 5, and 2 for Pitzer and 3 for Rutledge, the lone 3-ball in the first half for Paola. Banked it in nonetheless, so pretty impressive for her. So
that's a signature from her.
Yeah, so a 17-16 game we're sitting here right now. Like we've already talked about, we've talked about a couple of keys to the game. We can talk about Paola first. So I'll give it to you, the keys to the game. What do you think Paola needs to do better out of what we've already said, a thing or two that they need to try to execute better on in the second half? This is still a 1-point ball game, like we said. The likelihood of the winner of this game clinching that final playoff spot here that's coming up on next week or so. This is a big game on the line, so 1-point game. What does Paola need to try to execute on better in the second half?
And obviously, like you said, the first point that we've talked about is Paola needs to take care of the basketball. They did a better job of it the last 2 weeks. Not having many turnovers, they didn't have more than 20, and now they're close to matching that total. So I think taking care of the basketball and trying to run an offense that's a bit quicker to try and confuse this Chieftains team is your number 1 priority, and I feel like that's the reason why they're taking so long in the locker room, is to try and dial up something in the locker room. And then obviously your second reason is try and formulate something, whether it be just getting on key with each other, because there's been a lot of instances so far where the reason why it's costing them a turnover is they weren't on the same page or a pass, or they just tried and fed a needle through a thread that was just too thin that they couldn't fit it through. So I think your number 2 priority is to just get on the same page with each other throughout the game, and that's whether it be talking or simply just taking your time and looking at your options.
Yeah, and I think we saw the Chieftains be a little bit guilty of that too in that game. We saw them early trying to force it down low and overthrowing the post player down low, whether if it was Schooler, whether if it was Sneed. Got to try to find a way to be a little bit better on that. Try driving it to the lane, taking that defense with you. They're so good. A lot of times Schoenig and Herrera in on the drive, taking the defensive eyes on them, able to dish that ball inside to the open post player down low. They've shown the ability to do that through the season. I think that's something they're going to be trying to focus on too as this second half starts. You don't want to fall in love with the 3-ball. Obviously, you're shooting pretty well on the night, 37.5%, but still it's a 1-point contest, so keep shooting at that percentage. It's probably not going to end up working out for you. So you got to find a way to get the low to medium range buckets going for you and still mix in a pretty, a pepper dose of the 3 balls going down here and there, but don't fall in love with it from downtown. Those are our keys to the game tonight, brought to you by First Security Bank, proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. We'll step aside for a moment. Third quarter action up next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live as you've been watching the White Birch Property Realty Executive Halftime Show.
For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC. The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Coach Butler, where you at?
All right, so we're just getting ready to get things started. And for anyone that's interested, the Panthers just now came out of the locker room and are on the floor. Skipped the warm-up session. Still haven't seen Coach Butler yet.
Well, we got Coach Schumer, though. That's all that matters.
Yeah, so.
Well, I love Coach Butler, too, equally, but Schumer, probably one of my favorite coaches out there. And I guess he's going to run the floor now, so.
Yeah, so I don't know. They were in that locker room for quite a while trying to get things executing at a higher clip here in the second half. Another three ball on the way. High bounce off the rim, no good. Rebound underneath, then the lead given thanks to Wicker, who's got 7, leading scorer for the Panthers.
And Edgar's been one of those who can shoot the three ball. It just hasn't been having the greatest percentage with it, but nice to see Wicker do what she does best, get the rebound and put it back up. And there's Coach Butler now jogging to the bench.
She's got her Stanley Cup, just had to fill it with water. We're all good to go here. First lead for Paola since the first quarter at 2-3.
That's got to be the number one priority now. Got to fill up your Stanley Cup with water, and you're good to go.
First offensive possession here for the Chieftains, down by 1. Carlton trying to go down low to Schooler, tight defense, and last off of Schooler, it'll be Paola basketball, 8th turnover, excuse me, for Tonganoxie.
It is nice defense underneath by the Panthers, just forcing Schooler to just not be able to collect it, just have a few fingers on it, and then just have it swiped away out of bounds. The Panthers already on better terms on offenses. Look at that, the second straight basket from Wicker there.
And the coach, he's fired up on it. Coach Loomis going to call a quick timeout. And like you were talking about at halftime, that had to be the plan of attack for the Panthers. And already 2 possessions and 2 easy buckets on that right post position for Wicker. She now has 9. And the lead is up to 3 for Paola, 20-17. Back in 30 seconds on Tonga Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Safe to say, quite agitated, Coach Loomis, during that 30-second timeout. And now that's not going to make things any better. Turnover again, back-to-back possessions to start this third quarter for the Chieftains, and 3 straight buckets for the Panthers. That time it falls for Pitzer.
And on the complete other side, Schumer clearly was fired up. I don't know if you could hear that through a headset, but he was very excited. And that had to make him even more excited. Panthers already have been flying so far.
A quick 6-0 run, get things started. Almost 3 straight possessions with a turnover, but Shawnick able to save it for the Chieftains. She'll drive, splits defenders, draws contact, and we'll go to the line again. We'll see who they tag this to. There's multiple defenders in the area, and they will give it to Wicker for her second of the game. 40% from the line in the first half for the Chieftains, and for Shawnick, 50%, 2 of 4. And to stop the 6-0 run, does it at the line right there and knocks down the front end.
And that's the one thing the Chieftains have done better than this Panthers team is attack the rim. Shanik already 50% at the line. Has been one of those driving factors for attacking the rim, and like our partner Dennis Drennan over there mentioned, the Bulldog mentality she has and she plays with.
Shanik, the first player in double figures tonight with 10. Right behind her was Wicker with 9. First field goal of the game for Fuller, as the Paola offense seems to be humming here in the third.
And it's nice to see that they have Jocelyn Fuller in the offense. Whenever she's open, she loves to take shots. And she found the right one there and perfected it there.
Knocked around and eventually controlled by Wicker. Drive and avoiding the swipe and laying it in, and it's down on with 8. And right now the Chieftains defensively just cannot come up with an answer to slow this barrage of Panther points going down. They're leading now up to 7.
Did they give him a Red Bull in the locker room or something? Because this is the best intensity that the Paola Panthers could come out with, and it's at the right time when you have your playoff hopes on the line. They know what they're signing up for. They have that seed. They want to confirm it here.
Isaacs poked away last second. Wicker coming over on help and knocking it away from Maslak. Thought she had the easy 2. Another great defensive play, now trying to capitalize. Fuller drives baseline, finds Wicker, high off the glass, does not go. Addie Schooler collects for the Chieftains.
Panthers are still relentless to play inside the post, trying to get the Chieftains a taste of their own medicine here. If you're the Chieftains, just get a 3 ball, slow the momentum down that the Panthers had, and there's your basket right there with Alyssa Shanik.
All points here in the second half for the Chieftains belonging to Alyssa Shanik with 4, back to a 5-point game. 3 ball on the way, does not go. And a good box out underneath on Schooler, backing down Fuller. Not giving her any chance off the missed 3-pointer from Pitzer.
And that's the exact thing you need. Just get the rebound and take maybe a minute, 45 seconds for possession here and just try and get something going here, but that's not what you want if you're the Chieftains.
Turnover number 10. Both teams in double figures with turnovers, and another one rattling in on the running floater for Pitzer.
I'm just smiling at myself right now because I'd expect nothing less from Pitzer than to shoot a running floater, but she's been doing so good at him this season. Why not stop?
A 12-4 run in this third quarter so far for Paola. Full timeout taken. Loomis furious. We'll be back after this on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
Well, folks, you just saw firsthand it's a 12-4 run for the Panthers that they're on right now. And Coach Loomis, his second timeout called here in the third. It was a full timeout and absolutely furious. And the point of emphasis that everybody in the gym heard is a lack of effort on the defensive end, pretty much saying no effort whatsoever from you guys. As that 3 ball does not go for Shanik. Ball still loose. Isaacs keeps it alive. She finds it to Maslak.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nope.
I think it's the thing that the Chieftains need, and Isaac's confused there. She's going to get charged with a foul.
Be her first of the game. trying to plead her case the best she can. Officials not going to hear it. I'd say just this third quarter alone, it's been so far the tale of two halves between these two teams. It's been a completely different squad for Paola than we saw in the first half alone. Much more efficient on the offensive end, getting turnovers on the defensive end. Capped off by that last charge, getting the feet planted. Another three ball straight away is short off the front iron on the right side as it rolls out of bounds. It'll be Chieftain basketball, 2:57 to go in the third.
And I just saw initially there, whenever the Chieftains were trying to get that rebound, they looked like they wanted that ball, and I think that's the spark that Coach Loomis needed is I've got to see more effort. I've got to see more hustle. And he also added on, can we just get one stop? And they got to stop there off an initial three ball as it rolled out of bounds, but now the Chieftains need a basket and to find some momentum here.
Trying to drive baseline, running out of real estate, finds Shawnick. Knocked loose for a moment, still able to control it. Walking the tightrope, though. One of the Chieftains right there. Now on the left side, Shawnick lost it into that far corner, able to track it down. 50-50 ball. And luckily, it will stay down here with the Chieftains, catching a couple of breaks there.
Rutledge was all over the place there. That's her style of play, and that's how she's going to continue to play. And that's why she's on the floor right now, is to shut down any momentum the Chieftains might create.
Carlton Isaacs thought about taking the three, dribbles, now finds Carlton again in the near corner. Back to Isaacs, swings to the left wing to Maslak, all the way around the horn to Shawnick.
The Panthers, you see, they're going to close out on her extra. They're going to get Shawnick to the travel there.
That caught up, was trying to get a spin move going. It just kind of had her momentum halted a little bit. Stuttering the feet and gets called for the travel. 12th turnover of the game.
The Chieftains, I love the ball movement there, just keeping Paola on their toes. But Paola, a nice job to just stay in it and force the turnover there.
Had 7 turnovers in the first half to Tonganoxie, 5 already here in the third quarter alone. And the Chieftains might get one back, but it still stays with the Panthers. Wicker on the left side puts it up, leaves it short, couldn't get it all over Sneed.
And that was a little force there. Oh. And Coach Butler is going to be issued a warning here.
Well, yeah, just a warning. There's no technical, there's no ejections, anything like that. Just a warning that is issued, but on a very short leash now is Coach Jamie Butler.
And that's the one thing Coach Butler is known for is her energy on the sideline. And I mean, Dylan, when I say she went in a referee's face after, having 2 unnecessary injuries, I mean, she was in the referee's face. The whole gymnasium could hear it. That's the kind of energy like Loomis has for her players. And she's not afraid to share her emotion with any referees in this league. Now the Chieftains are going to get caught for their 6th turnover.
13th total for everyone keeping track at home, and the 3rd foul of the game on Mariah Sneed. Trying to go for that loose ball. 1.5 minutes to go in the third. A 7-point lead for the Panthers as they have led the entirety of this third quarter. Wicker with 9 comes to the left side. Down low, back to Wicker, trying to go up and on Sneed, and that's going to be number 4 on Mariah. She has the hands over the head. Cannot believe the call. Eddie Schooler will come back into the game for Tonganoxie. This will be the 3rd trip to the line in this game, first of this half, and all 3 of them have come from Wicker. She is 1 for 4.
Schooler's got to check back in now.
So like it was Schooler in foul trouble and Sneed had to come in to the rescue. It's a little bit roles reversed here a little bit later on in this game. Takes a couple hit about every part of the rim, but falls off for Wicker, and a frustration foul on the reach in.
It's going to be on Smale.
For only her 2nd.
Paola's been doing a good job staying disciplined. Only 2 players have, or 3 players I should say, have 2 fouls. They've been really good job staying disciplined and not letting the frustration and aggression of the Chieftains.
And again, trying to force it down low. Multiple Paola defenders getting a hand on it, deflecting it. 14th turnover now for the Chieftains. Panthers trying to capitalize. Under a minute to go in the third. This one goes back, not deflected. Over and back is the call.
That's the first turnover for the Panthers.
Yep. So after having 15 in that first half, and the 2 points that you talked about, taking better care of the basketball and trying to attack the post position on offense and pound it in and be efficient on offense. 2 for 2 so far here in the third. That ball stay here with the Chieftains, 37.4 seconds. Underneath, Isaac's trying to kick it out, looking for somebody, and nobody was there to control. And Paola can take the rest of the time in this third, just under 30 seconds to go till the fourth. Defense swarming in. Shawnick reaches in there. I'll tell you what, that was a fairly quick whistle for a
it was a very quick whistle.
I'll keep it down here with Paola, 20.7 seconds. They make a couple substitutions.
I think it was a good whistle, but I mean, it was just very quick and straight to it. But
in fairness, I think that's something that's maybe been pushed past couple of weeks. I've definitely have noticed that over the past handful of games we've done.
The Chieftains are just going to double team any opportunity they get on a dead ball.
Shot. So last off of Tongi, so still in control of Paola. They lead by 7, 28-21, 7.8 seconds to go in the third. In the far corner, head fake, runs in, perfectly executed. Pitzer, 6 of her 8 coming here in the third quarter. Shot from Shawnick, no good, and the largest lead of the game for either team at 9. It's the Panthers on top of the Chieftains, 30-21 as we head to the fourth and final quarter here on our simulcast presentation on Tonganoxie and Paola Sports Live.
Across the 20, the 15, the 10, 5, Colton McCann, his third touchdown of the game.
It's like in the net, that'll be a point for Baldwin.
A first touch volley, the substituted
forward across the goal line, touchdown Trojan.
At an opening on the near side, is he going to take it? Yes, he is. Kaplinger will take it to the house.
I was just wondering.
Enter query.
Should I use a robot?
Vacuum?
No. Are
robots taking over the world? Yes.
Never mind.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Unlike a robo-advisor, we can put together a personalized plan.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
We head to the fourth. It has been all Paola in the second half. It was a 17-16 ball game going into halftime, and all of a sudden it is a 9-point lead, 30-21 for the Panthers. And Brendan, we had talked about it, or you had talked about it a lot, but it's been a flip of a switch in that third quarter as Paola is now starting to get the offense going here in the second half.
And I think it's just sticking with your roots of playing in the post, with it being Wicker and Pitzer just doing what she does best, is her running floaters, but having the more spacious approach Pitzer has. But no, it's been a complete flip of the switch there. And I love to see that the Lady Panthers are coming together offensively and being on the same page, as they've only had one turnover that I've accounted for in the second half to start, and now it's going to be Fuller's second foul and 2 free throws for the Lady Chieftains.
And Paola forced 8 turnovers in that third quarter on Tonganoxie. They only had 7 in the entire first half. And Maslak goes to the line, second trip in this half for the Chieftains as she misses on the front end. Again, in case you're just now joining us, there's a lot on the line in this matchup. You look at the Keisha standings as the second free throw. High bounce off the back iron and falls down for Maslak. 1 for 2 on that trip for her. She now has 5 in the game. We know if you're in the bottom 2 in the East or the West, you do not qualify. Tonganoxie currently sits in second to last at 3-15, and right above them are these Paola Panthers at 3-14. So a win for Tongi would be huge for them. Potentially leapfrog the Panthers. As for Paola, you come into tonight, you hold on to this now 8-point lead you got. You pretty much lock yourself into that final spot, and you'll be going on the road to take on the Fort Scott Lady Tigers, would be the number 1 overall seed in 4A East. But you would rather have that game than not qualify at all, right?
Yeah. And with, Tongi having 1 game coming up, and Paola, they have 2 games at home against very 2 tough opponents. Lewisburg, who, although they haven't had the greatest of seasons by any means, they're still one of those teams where you have to win and be in. And they almost won that game, just a matter of them fouling out, and they lost by 5. That's the whole reason they lost that game. But they, like this one, they were in it to win it. And then they're facing a very tough Emporia team who they just played really well against one of the best 6A programs in the nation. And if you're Tongi, you're facing one of the tougher 4A teams and one of the best Frontier League teams in 4A, the Ottawa Cyclones.
Who currently sit right now at number 4. So they would be the 4th seed. They would host. It would be the 4th and final host side of Sub-State, potentially, is Ottawa.
And now a very, substantial move or depth move as Marissa Dick, the freshman, comes in as kind of a more face guarder or just pest for Audra Downham, the young sophomore phenom.
Coach Loomis trying to do everything he can here, just trying to get something going.
And that's that. Ediger's foot was on the baseline there. And you see him just sub Marissa Dick in and sub Carlton out as much as he can. Just as a hustle player and as a pest player, you're down 8 with 6.5 minutes left. You've got to try everything you can to win.
And again, Mariah Sneed with 4 fouls. She's really the only Chieftain in any kind of foul trouble. So this is definitely a defensive strategy. The turnovers, though, in the second half definitely have been killing Tonganoxie. Way too many empty possessions.
There she goes again. This time out for Isaacs. And then Wicker to check in for Ellie Smale. You got to put your offensive weapons in now. If you're Paola, reading what Coach Loomis is doing.
He's setting the 5 for Tongi. You got Marissa Dick out there along with Emerson Maslak, Alyssa Shawnick, Lila Carlton, and Addie Schooler. Open 3, will take it and knock it down as Pitzer.
She had a 16-point game against Spring Hill, and she's already in double digits in this one at 11. Now you're forcing a jump ball and a turnover. Oh, nope, they're going to call a foul here instead. My apologies.
That potentially looked like the initial indication.
That's the 3rd on Downham. So Downham's not going to be a bit more careful here.
Sage Isaacs will come back in for the Chieftains. Marissa Dick will head out. As a 1-point lead at halftime has dissolved for the Chieftains. Now look up and are down by 11. Need to get something going, but a carry call there on Shawnick. Turnover number 18 and 11 alone in the second half. As Dick again comes back in, Lila Carlton heads out.
Downham looks a little winded here. I think Marissa Dick's doing a very good job at her point, but Downham, she's not going to slow down one bit.
And Marissa Dick, a 5'4" freshman, coming off the bench in this one, getting her first experience here at the varsity level.
And Coach Butler's going to need to call a full timeout here.
And that is what she will do. Her squad, 11-point lead, 33-22 over Tonganoxie, trying to lock up that last coveted playoff spot. 5:42 left to go in the ballgame here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Transform the look and feel of your home with the perfect flooring from Midwest Carpet Center in downtown Tonganoxie. Discover a world of exquisite carpets, stunning hardwoods, and luxurious vinyl. With over 20 years of trusted service, they are your local flooring experts. And they're so much more than just carpet. Shop a variety of styles from quality brands like Shaw, Anderson Tuftex, Hortec, and so much more. From cozy living rooms to elegant bedrooms, sleek kitchens to stunning baths, you'll find it all at Midwest Carpet Center. Explore online at MidwestCarpetCenter.com.
Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
There's a full timeout taken by Coach Butler and Paola. We got another quick whistle here for the inbound. We'll have a foul on the Chieftains. It'll be on Dick for her first.
Open room there, just couldn't get it off the glass there. But Paola just found a crease in the Chieftains' game plan, went with it.
Because you're just out joining us, it's been a 17-5 run total coming out of halftime in the second half for Paola, charging them out to this 11-point lead right now over Tonganoxie. And for the Chieftains, this is a must-win game here tonight to keep your postseason dreams alive. If you win this, Paola goes back up a game, and they would have the head-to-head advantage. So you would need some help next week, especially when you go on the road to face a tough Ottawa Cyclone squad, as that one from mid-range doesn't go down for Shawnick.
If I'm the Chieftains,
5 left to go.
And if I'm the Chieftains, I like this approach of getting your hustle players out there. This is a must-win. This is so that way you don't get knocked off here. A win here is going to certify your hopes that you live and you have that game ahead. So if I'm the Chieftains, I'm doing everything I can to put pressure on this Lady Panthers squad, who they've only played 7 players, so there's got to be some tiredness from this Lady Panthers squad. So I got to do everything I can to tire them down here.
And that's why we've seen Coach Loomis on defense. He'll put in Marissa Dick, who's got the fresh legs out there, been trying to shut down Downham. Playing with 3 fouls right now. Downham able to spin away, get away, puts it up off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound underneath by Schooler. It is important to note here, we get about halfway through the fourth. Each team with 3 team fouls, as Maslak is nothing but nylon on her 3-ball attempt, her second of the night. She's got 8.
If I'm Paola, don't feel pressured here. Just keep the ball away. But if I get a rebound and second chance bucket like that, then I'm taking that all day to put yourself ahead by 10 points here. Nice basket from Fuller. Right place, right time, puts it up with ease.
Another deflected pass. He'll find his way to Schooler. Gives back to Shawnick. Trying to dribble around. Tries to do a double team. Finds Maslak. Tries to go up and under. No foul. It's a walk.
On the Panthers, you did your job. Now it's to play keep away and chew some clock here. It's a little early to do that, I feel like, but the Chieftains are going to do everything they can to get the ball back very quickly here and put up some points. So I'm chewing clock here, and I'm sending the pressure as Marissa Dick and Emerson Maslak are basically guarding down him at this point.
So that's part of the strategy with high school basketball. No shot clock, obviously, so you can run around, play a little bit of keep away, and make them come foul you if it starts to come to that, as we're under 4 minutes. But an open lane on the right side, just can't finish on the layup is Pitzer. And what did?
There's some extracurricular, I think. I don't know.
I was looking down on my. They get the foul to Pitzer out of all of that for her second.
I think they just wanted to make sure there's no extracurricular that was, that was unnecessary that they could have called something extra for, but I like the referee's decision to just stick with the foul and let them play on here.
I agree. No need to assess, no double technicals or anything. Just let them say the buck stops there. So that one's off the side of the backboard for Maslak. Here come the Panthers in transition, slowing things down right now, kicking it back out.
But as I was going to say about the shot clock until next year, as Tongi is going to be one of the teams to apply for the shot clock rule next year from what I've heard.
Highly looking forward to that.
Me
as this
too.
one is just taken away, pickpocketing Shawnick, and back the other way is Downham, who's got 10 on the night.
Downham and Wicker and Pitzer have left their mark on this game, as the future is definitely bright for this Lady Panthers squad, which about all their starters and a few of their bench players have another year left. So I think Coach Butler's got to be excited with the amount of tenacity that this squad has shown. And Rose is going to be called for her first foul, and Ediger to the bench for Wicker. I think it was Smell that, it was Smell that checked in.
Yeah, both these teams definitely strong underclassmen representation. This is going to be a good preview of coming attractions in Frontier League action moving forward for the next few years. Fatigue maybe becoming a factor. That one left short at the line from Shawnick. Her fourth total trip to the line in this game.
Got to make this one here.
Trying to make an 11-point game, and she does.
23 Dick into the game for Tonganoxie.
13 points for Shawnick, leading scorer for both teams right now. Full court pressure coming again, and taking it away is Shawnick. Big one there. Chieftains got to be able to score here. Chieftains are in the bonus. Isaacs, big three on senior night. Does not go, but a rebound underneath by Shawnick. Gives to Maslak. Goes up strong, and she draws the foul. And the Chieftains can bring it under 9 here at the free throw line.
That's going to be Wicker's third. They're going to sub Ediger and Pitzer back in for fresh legs.
There's like 2 of 4 at the line tonight. Makes the first one.
12 Pitzer, 15 Ediger.
Ediger and Pitzer check back in for Paola. Trying to bring it to a 9-point contest. Emerson Maslak at the line. On the way, a little too strong. And the rebound pulled in underneath by Ediger.
Now here's a coast-to-coast basket.
Shawnick wedges it and draws the offensive foul. No, it unwedged itself and it hit Wicker in the back of the head. One of the craziest sequences we had seen in this game, no doubt. Second foul of the game by Shawnick on the charge.
And Kayla Thornton checks in. Got to get some hustle plays. You got to get all the guards you can, all the speed you can on the court. It has to come here now. That's what Coach Loomis is doing, and Butler realizes it, needs to talk it over. She called a full timeout here.
Team still up by 10, 37-27, under 2.5 to go in regulation. Chieftains trying to make a comeback here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Whether you're an athlete looking to get back for another big win or you're just trying to win at life, Dr. Adam Ludwin at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy can get you back in the game. Dr. Adam has the tools and skills to have you feeling your best in no time. With chiropractic adjustment, physical therapy, cupping, taping, muscle scraping, on-site x-ray, and more. Lose the pain and win the day at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy. Now open in Tonganoxie. Book online at winchiropracticst.com or call 913-214-1020.
For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Full court pressure still on. Wide open down the court, and bringing it in is Downham. Swerving around Maslak, puts up the shot, and it rattles in.
Touchdown.
I don't know. I had to go back into my football play-by-play from the fall.
Got to sign her up as a Powder Puff quarterback now.
Thornton with the 3 ball does not go, and a rebound pulled in strongly by Fuller.
Wide open.
Yeah, they're in. And count the bucket. The foul on Schooler. Ediger has her first field goal of the game. And the Panthers starting to storm away with this one as they're at the 2-minute warning of the fourth quarter. Both teams in the bonus now. As Isaacs and Carlton will check in, Dick and Thornton will head out for Tonganoxie.
And this is the first Paola Panther to shoot free throws today other than Brylan Wicker.
That's true. 4th trip total for the team as well. She banks it in, caps off the 3-point play.
And our first 3 points of the game as well, so nice to see Ediger on the board finally. So it's now all the starters that have points in this one for Paola.
Well, we got 3 points coming off their bench. That was a 3 ball from Rutledge as bodies hitting the deck hard.
And that's definitely, I mean, Ediger went down against Eudora very hard, and I mean, she's playing today, but it's scary still to see her take a big hit like that.
They'll tag that to Carlton. Back at the other end, we'll go for free throws. Like I already mentioned, both teams in the 2 free throw bonus the rest of the way. So extra chance for padding here if you're Paola, as the Panthers now on the verge of locking up that final postseason slot where they would have a future date as they'll go on the road to take on the Fort Scott Lady Tigers.
At the moment that we know of.
At the moment, yeah, still some things could change potentially. If we take a look at the rankings up there at the top, yeah, Fort Scott 16-1 overall on the night. Second free throw is good for Ediger.
And the Lady Tigers team is no joke. Paola already having played them this year in their home tournament.
Yeah,
it's not the prettiest of games for them, but it was definitely a scary one for Paola as well, and also the amount of tenacity they showed despite how much had happened to them in that game. It's definitely going to be a rematch that Paola fans are going to be looking forward to, and Sneed finally gets on the board.
Trying to make it a little bit closer here. Overhead pass taken in by Fuller. Quickly hands off to Pitzer. And now we might see, well, Shonick's going to take it away from Fuller. 2-on-1 advantage for Paola. Trying to put up a shot, maybe trying to draw contact as well. Maslak also doesn't work. Great effort trying to save it. But he'll stay down here. That was Ediger. Been calling her name a lot here in the past couple of minutes. Now, you want to talk about razor-thin margins in the standings. Fort Scott, we mentioned, number 1, 16-1, right behind the Bishop Miege, 15-2, and in third, Wamego at 14-3. So we could potentially see some shakeup by the time the regular season does come to an end in about a week from now. I think everyone wraps their seasons up either next Tuesday or Thursday during the season. Probably a couple Friday night games next week as Shonick heavily collided into by Downham. That'll be her 4th. And 2 free throws on the way for Alyssa Shonick. 43-29 ball game, just over a minute to go before we wrap this game up. Do want to remind everybody we will have coverage of the senior night festivities that will be taking place in between these 2 games. We had band members and powerlifting members this past Tuesday at home against Baldwin. I believe tonight we'll have the rest. I imagine we'll have basketball,
cheer, and dance.
So all that will be right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. And, of course, we'll bring you Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Chieftains and the Panthers.
Speaking of the Lady Raiders, they're currently down. I was right. It was the girls basketball team down 21-36 after the third quarter to Concordia. So
could potentially lose 3 of their last 4 if they end up dropping this one tonight. And Wamego is another foul at this end for Tongi. Back to the line for Paola. 52 seconds still left to go. So for Tonganoxie, like we said, for Paola, they'll hold on to that final spot. They'll go in technically as the 16th seed. A lot of potentially things could happen because right above them in the rank, right above you guys, I should say, Brendan, is Lewisburg at 4-14. So never say never, as you guys do play next week, right? Lewisburg and Paola. So
on Tuesday,
never say never on that. We're just saying if they were to end tonight, Paola would be the 16th seed in the postseason. Tongi would be left out of the bubble, second to last place right now, and they'll have a tough road contest coming up on Tuesday at Ottawa. Cyclones defeated the Chieftains earlier this season here at home, as we're going to be wrapping up this game at the free throw line coming up here shortly. Second foul of the game, tag to Lila Carlton. And another free throw for Pitzer coming up.
32 Schooler in the game for Tonganoxie.
And now we're going to start seeing the curtain calls for the seniors as Sneed and Isaacs get checked out of the game. Their final time playing in front of the home crowd. And a Lady Chieftain uniform here on the hardwood. That one falls off. Rebound collected by Shawnick.
And what a fun class it's been for Coach Loomis and company. Isaacs obviously getting a nod starting her sophomore year with the likes of Brooklyn Lang, Cheyenne Aaron. Now they've developed this class really well.
So even in 2020 when we first started up here on Tongi Sports Live, she would come off the bench, and it feels like she's been around the program for a long, long time. It's kind of felt like the Chris Tehan of Kansas basketball. It's been Sage Isaacs or Tonganoxie. She's just been so involved and so active for so long here, and hard to believe it's her final game played here. Lakin Bennett as well. Again, her senior season kind of cut a little bit short. Got the finger injury. We hope all the best for her moving forward, but she did get in the starting lineup tonight. Got checked out fairly quick for Mariah Sneed and Mariah Herrera as well. As the Panthers come into this one, dominate in the final two quarters and win it 47-30 over Tonganoxie. And the road to the postseason just got a whole lot tougher if you are the Tonganoxie Lady Chieftains, as we will quickly shift gears here into the Brothers Market postgame show. You're going to check out the weekly ads. It's specials in store or online at shopbrothersmarket.com, where they treat you like family. And Brendan, I mean, the story of this one, I'll let you talk because you know the winning team and Paola a lot better than anybody else here on this broadcast crew, but it was literally the tale of two halves in this one for them.
And I just got to say, I love both these teams equally. I love both communities equally. I know this is a very emotional game for me, it being, working for Paola and Tongi being my home for the last years, but I'm proud of the Lady Panthers, the way they played, the way they came out firing in the second half despite a rough first half for them. But Lady Chieftains, I love the quit they never had. That's the whole story for them this year. They've never quit in any game. It's been the story for both games.
And that's a signature of a Coach Loomis team. As long as he's at the helm, you will never see a team of him just kind of phone it in later, even when the game starts to feel a little bit out of hand. Again, Paola took over a double-digit lead later in the game, starting in the third quarter, coming into the fourth quarter, and never looked back. We had 4 total lead changes, 2 ties, as Paola had their only lead of the game going into halftime. It was when they led 3-2 in the first quarter, and they came right out, made the first bucket of the third quarter, got their second lead of the game, 18-17, and never surrendered it from that point on, putting an outpour of offense on the Chieftains. And Fort Tongi had a hard time really hurting themselves as well, as the amount of turnovers. I had them marked down at least. I kind of, there for the final couple of minutes, I had them marked down at least 20 plus turnovers on the night, and 7 of those were in the first half. And they just came out, and the defense, the zone that Paola was running, really giving Tonganoxie fits. They were trying to fit it in down low, forcing it inside. It wasn't working. You give credit to Paola, though, getting in the passing lanes, deflecting it, getting out of transition, getting the easy high percentage buckets, and they got the post game working by day. I mean, Paola later in that game too, and make things really, really tough for Tonganoxie. So we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to bring you the coverage of senior night tonight. Game 2 of our doubleheader will be coming up later on here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Tonganoxie being escorted by our guardians Jennifer and Michael Graveman. Tonganoxie participated in cheer for 1 year and Leonard for 1. Staff member she would like to thank is Mrs. Emmett. She has always been kind and made me feel welcome here. Thank you for always being outstanding, understanding, and always trying to help me. Capucine's future plans are to return to France next year and finish high school to get my diploma. and I plan to study marketing at a college in Washington, D.C. Capucine offers. Our next senior is Caleb Bowden. Kayla's being escorted by Mark and Shauna Bowden. Kayla's been in cheer for 2 years and lettered for 2. Staff member she would like to thank is Emma DeMaranville. Thank you for always listening to my problems and reminding me how important kindness is. I will never forget the lessons you have taught me. Kayla's future plans are to attend Washburn University and major in elementary education. Kayla Bowden. Our next senior is Journey Creek. Journey's being escorted by Jimmy Creek and Betty Gray. Journey has been in cheer for 4 years and lettered for 4. Staff member she would like to thank is Mr. Tollefson for being the best teacher out there. I would also like to thank my parents and siblings for always encouraging me to be the best version of myself. Journey's future plan is to attend the University of Kansas, but my major of choice is still undecided. Journey Creek. Our next senior is Maya Lewis. Maya is being escorted by Brandy Lewis and Thomas Greenwood, Lauren Todd and Brent Lewis. Maya's been in dance for 4 years and lettered for 4. Maya would like to thank Mrs. Shao for being the kindest, funniest, and most caring teacher, always allowing me to be myself and always making her class the highlight of my day. I also want to thank my mom for always being my #1 supporter, and to all of my dance coaches that have made me the dancer I am today. Maya's future plans: go to college, get my associate of science degree in diagnostic medical sonography, as well as getting my business degree so I can one day open my own dance studio. Maya Lewis. Our next senior is Maddie Mahoney. Maddie's being escorted by Aaron and J.R. Mahoney. Maddie's been in dance for 4 years and lettered for 4. She would like to thank Mrs. Wilson for always being there for me and being a smiling face every morning. I would also like to thank my family and all of my coaches for making the person I am today and believing in me every step of the way. I'm forever grateful to all of you. Maddie's future plans are to attend Washburn University in the fall, major in criminal justice with a dance and business minor. Her goal is to be a forensic investigator for the FBI. She also plans to keep dancing and hopefully open her own dance studio someday. Maddie Mahoney. Our next senior is Ariane Planton. Being escorted by Yesenia Arando. She's participated in cheer for 1 year and lettered for 1. Ariane would like to thank Mrs. Shao. Thank you for putting me in a good mood and making me laugh every morning. Thank you for encouraging me and believing in me. Painting is my favorite subject so far. I will miss you. Ariane's future plans are to go back to France after the end of the school year to have my graduation and then go to school in Paris to study fashion marketing. Ariane Planton. Our next senior is Alyssa Novotny. Alyssa's being escorted by Andrea and Derek Novotny. Alyssa's participated in dance for 4 years and lettered for 4. She would like to thank Mrs. Hoops. Thank you for always being there if I need anything and letting me be myself around you. And this wouldn't be possible without my parents. Thank you for continuing to push me and to be the best version of myself. Alyssa's future plans are to attend Arizona State University in the fall this year to study psychology. Alyssa Novotny. Our next senior is Bethany Overmiller. Bethany being escorted by Drew and Amy Overmiller. Bethany's been in cheer for 4 years and lettered for 4. Staff member she would like to thank is Heather D. Moranville. Thank you for always being there for me and being such a supportive figure in my high school career. I'm not sure if I would have been able to get through FCCLA without you. Bethany's future plans are to attend Pitt State to get a degree in family consumer science education to become a fax teacher. Bethany Overmiller. And our final dance and cheer senior is Kiara Simmons. Kiara is being escorted by Carrie Simmons and Lance Lyman. Kiara has been in dance for 4 years and lettered for 4. She would like to thank Mrs. Slaybaugh. Thank you for pushing me to be my best. And thank you, Mom, for always being there, for believing in me and pushing me to be my best, especially when I was at my worst. Kiara's future plans. After graduating Kansas City, Kansas Community College with my license in cosmetology, I want to further my education by becoming a licensed esthetician. Kiara Simmons. Now let's get the boys basketball seniors. Our first seniors, Cater Albert. Cater's being escorted by Laura and Jeremy Albert. Cater's been in basketball for 4 years and lettered for 4. Cater would like to thank Mrs. Cece. Thank you for always talking to me in the morning and asking me about my life. Cater's future plans. Cater future plans to attend Manhattan Christian College and play soccer and study youth ministry. Cater Albert. Our next senior is Alex Crowley. Alex is being escorted by James and Julie Crowley. Alex has played basketball for 4 years and lettered for 3. Staff member he would like to thank is Mr. Falger. Thanks for always being there for me and putting me on the right path, no matter if I want to hear it or not. Alex's future plans are to go to Kansas City Community College or Johnson County Community College for electrical engineering. Alex Crowley. And our next boys basketball senior is Zakiah Glover. Zakiah is being escorted by Brandy and Antonio Glover. Zakiah has played basketball for 4 years and lettered for 3. Staff member he would like to thank, who's impacted him the most, is Mr. Holloway. I would like to thank you for always being positive and keeping me in a good mindset, as well as being there to talk sports with during passing periods. Zakiah's future plans. I plan on attending college to study engineering, but I'm undecided as to where I will be studying. Zakiah Glover. And now our girls basketball seniors. Our first senior is Lakin Bennett. Lakin's being escorted by Carly Bennett. Lakin's played basketball for 4 years and lettered for 3. She would like to thank Mr. Harrell. You have always supported everything I do, no matter what it is. Thank you for always providing a listening ear and an open mind. Lakin plans to attend Washburn and major in liberal arts. Lakin Bennett. Our next senior is Mariah Herrera. Okay. She would like to thank Ms. Dowell. Mariah's not here this evening, but for being such a positive influence on me. She plans to attend Iowa Western, where she committed to play softball and will major in digital communication arts. Mariah Herrera. Our next senior is Sage Isaacs. Sage is being escorted by Amy and Matt Isaacs. Sage has played basketball for 4 years and lettered for 4. Staff member she would like to thank, who has impacted her the most, is Mrs. McVeigh. She always has an open ear when I stop into her office and rant about random stuff. She's so supportive and understanding and is the reason why I stay motivated most days. Sage's future plans. She's committed to Peru State College to play softball and plans to study pre-veterinary medicine to eventually become a veterinarian. Sage Isaacs. And our last girls basketball senior is Mariah Sneed. Mariah is being escorted by Kimberly and Noah Sneed. Mariah has played basketball for 4 years and lettered for 3. Staff member she would like to thank is Mark Patfield. I'd like to say thank you for always being there for me and never giving up on me. You were always someone I could turn to when I needed help the most, and I'm thankful for you in every way. Mariah's future plans. Future plans are to graduate from KCKCC with my cosmetology license. In the distant future, I plan to have my own salon or be working in a salon coloring hair for others. Mariah Sneed. Let's put together a big round of applause for all these great seniors, pillars of any program. Congratulations to all of you.
Always a great night and a great joy able to bring the senior night coverage for those that may not be able to make it to these, and we one day look forward to having the Crow's Nest on the other side. So hopefully, when we do these senior nights, they're actually facing the camera. Potentially, I think next. It sounds like we're getting momentum on it. I think we're going to hopefully have that next year. But that's going to wrap up our coverage from Game 1 and the senior night portion. We're going to step aside for a little bit here, and Ken, in case you're just now joining us, Paola dominating the Chieftains in the first game. In the girls' game, to get my final stat sheet out here. Right up and underneath. It was a 47-30 ball game. Paola coming out on top. They trailed by 1 going into halftime. It was 17-16, and completely came out and out-hustled, outplayed, and dominated the Chieftains in that second half, spoiling on senior night. But game 2 of our doubleheader will be coming up here. They just started the clock, so we're just about under 15 minutes or so. So we're going to step aside. We're going to regroup here. Brendan Bolin and I will be back on the call and back into the S&S Body pregame show coming up in just a little bit here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. I would call it probably around 7:48, 7:50 or so. So keep it right here on Tonganoxie and on Paola Sports Live for our continuing simulcast coverage of the Panthers and the Chieftains.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and your insurance to ensure a smooth transition, especially from a knee or hip replacement. Choose from one of their highly qualified physical therapists for an individualized plan of care to achieve long-term health benefits. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Go to ptsolutionsks.com for more information.
Thinking about starting your next outdoor home project? Be sure to call 811 before you dig. After calling 811, wait a few days for utilities to mark your yard with paint or flags to avoid unintentionally hitting a utility line. Hitting a buried line can disrupt service in your area, cost money to repair, or cause serious injury. Southern Star asks you to help protect our community. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
I want to welcome everybody back in here live at Tonganoxie High School inside at Chieftain Arena on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin as Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Chieftains and the Panthers is brought to you by Kansas Insurance. To see how they can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin, and Game 2 should be good one, competitive one, close one. I think that's what we're expecting between the Chieftains and the Panthers. We'll start first with Tonganoxie. Last time we saw them this past Tuesday here at home, dropping one in the Frontier League in the second of the season to Baldwin, 64-48. That was a game that the Chieftains came in, had the Bulldogs on the ropes in the first half. They came out, regrouped. The Bulldogs did better in the second half, ended up pulling away. It's one of those where the final score makes it look like it was a more of a blowout, but it was a closer game than it actually would, that the final score would indicate. So now they're coming into tonight here on senior night, and they're facing a Paola team that is in danger. If they lose tonight, they're still looking for their first win of the season. So that'll drop to 0-18, and they would go a full calendar year without a win. I don't know. That's You rarely hear about something like that, but that means they've got a highly motivated Paola team coming in tonight as the Panthers looking to complete the sweep of the Chieftains at Spoils Senior Night.
Absolutely, and a lot of the members on this team for this Panthers squad is a lot of junior underclassmen who, like Micah Sanders that missed half the season, he's now just getting back in the groove of thing, had his first 10-point night last week. But no, this Panthers team is very junior and sophomore oriented, with the likes of, you have the first guard starters being, you know, Troutman through Curley, and then you could also throw in Sanders being juniors, and then the Hoffine twins off the bench as sophomores, and then with Richmond, this lone senior starter, then Tristan Katzer, can't forget about him. Don't see him much off the bench, but as the other senior, it really shows the youth of this Panthers team, and that's probably why they've struggled all year.
And going up against a Tongi team, 2 seniors for Paola, 3 for the Chieftains, as all 3 will be in the starting lineup to get this thing started. We're going to step aside here for just a quick moment. We'll be back with starting lineups presented by Team Tongi up next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Send it down to our PA announcer tonight, John Tolson, for our starting lineup for the Panthers and the Chieftains.
For Paola, number 1, the 5'9" junior, J.D. Troutman. For Tonganoxie, number 2, the 5'7" senior, Zakaya Glover. For Paola, number 2, the 6'1" junior, Kate Cody. For Tonganoxie, number 3, 5'7" senior, Taylor Albert. For Paola, number 3, a 6' junior, Chase Curley. For Tonganoxie, number 11, a 6' senior, Alex Paola. For Paola, number 24, a 6'3" junior, Micah Sanders. For Tonganoxie, number 13, a 6'1" junior, Noah Carlton. For Paola, number 44, a 6'3" senior, Eli Richmond. And for Tonganoxie, number 24, a 6' junior, Owen Smith. That took us to the station today. For Paola, Ryan Oshel. For Tonganoxie, Bill Joe.
Again, your starting lineups tonight brought to you by Team Tonga, as they've donated more than $229,000 to local Tonganoxie families. To learn how you can help make a difference and about upcoming Team Tonga events, check out their website at Team Tongi. chieftains.com. And the opening tip-off tonight is brought to you by Lynch Real Estate, your hometown real estate company that will help you buy your first home all the way to your dream home and make your real estate dreams come true. Visit Dan Lynch and his team today in Tonganoxie. We're going to be playing this game with the lone spotlight. It's going to be pretty cool, not going to lie. It's not the best for camera value for you folks back at home, but there we go. And they say let there be light and let this game get started here between the Panthers and the Chieftains. For Paola, you got to go back 364 days ago for their last win at the varsity level. And who were they playing, you may ask? It was these Tonganoxie Chieftains. That game was at Paola. This one right here inside of Chieftain Arena as we get this one started on Tonganoxie Sport Live. Should be a great one.
Paola loves to set the tone early on offense. The Chieftains are really going to put a lot of pressure on them. They don't really do well with pressure, but they're going to have to get used to it because I'm sure the Chieftains are going to put a lot of pressure on this team.
Yeah, we are seeing an aggressive, fast approach here on defense. Steckering a man-to-man. Cater Albert gets called for his first foul on the reach-in, trying to knock that ball loose out of the hands of Curley. So we did it in the first game. Brendan, I'll turn it over to you again. Our player spotlight brought to you by Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. What's a player or two that we should be keeping our eye on tonight for Paola?
And I want you to keep your eye on number 2, Caden Cohey. He's been this leading scorer for this Panthers squad. He's more of the shooting guard. They'll let J.D. Troutman run the floor as one of the better ball handlers, but Caden Cohey is going to be their main scorer, averaging 13 points per game this season. He's a very high-intensity player, and they're going to look to dump it down inside to their big man, Eli Richmond, number 44, the KU offensive line commit. Dylan, I know you're a big KU fan like yourself.
Rock chalk through and through. Happy to see you in Lawrence.
But they're going to love to dump it down to him as they don't have a player taller than 6'2", so I feel like the Chieftains are really going to rely on their outside game, and the Panthers are going to complement that with the likes of Caden Cohey, who he can drive in and score, and he doesn't really like to shoot the outside shot, but it's nothing but net when he does.
This entry pass deflected, knocked loose. Paola still able to control. Panthers bringing in a couple of players. Come on, ref, you got to have your eyes open on that. Let's go. And I think Coach Jones is even asking him, like, catch and shoot that. What are we doing here? Having a little bit fun early to start this one. By the way, Tongi coaches, very dapper. They always dress up in suits on senior night. Love that. But first turnover of the game for Paola. But we've seen that for this Tonganoxie team. They've tended to struggle in games where usually the opposing team has the advantage in the low post. We already see the size out there of Eli Richmond. And we got Lane Hoffine and Hoyt Hoffine, both listed at 6'4". on the rosters, so definitely that might be a thing to keep an eye on for Tongi as this game goes along. Knocked out of the hands of Carlton. It'll stay at this end of the floor. Meanwhile, for the Chieftains coming into this one, it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows throughout this season. They have been playing some better basketball as of late. They dropped a close, tough one at home this past Tuesday, looking to pick up the win here, trying to boost their standings into the playoffs a little bit. Currently 6-12, and right now would be going on the road to take on the Chanute Blue Comets in the postseason, as there's a good way to get the ball down low to Noah Carlton and let him finish through contact. We're tied and a chance for the lead at the line.
And I will let you know, Dylan, Hoffine twins are definitely taller than 6'4" if you ever step foot to them.
I could tell just by looking at them on the floor. That's I was like, okay, sure, we'll go with it. It looks a little bit closer to maybe 6'6" or even more.
Hoyt told me they're listed at 6'8" last time they measured.
Okay, well, there you go. So we need to get those updated. Obviously, you need to talk to whoever is in charge of that over at Paola High School, and so we'll see. It's not a matter of if, it's when. We will see either of those Hoffine boys into this game for Paola. Here's a drive to put up off the glass. Doesn't find the mark for J.D. Troutman. And the star running backs of the Panthers during the football season, one of the best in the Frontier League and in 4A. As this one is turned over by the Chieftains, their first of the game. Sakai Glover trying to dish it out, but it goes right to the Paola bench as Richmond will check out, and already we will see Hall, number 40, check in.
And Isaac Hall, he's one of the more underrated players, I feel like, on this Paola roster. He complements his size with his scoring prowess. He loves to shoot the three ball. He's made one close to about every single game this season, but he's also very good internally inside the paint as well.
Troutman got to get rid of it, and he walked with it 5 seconds. I mean, it was closing in on 5 seconds, but he ends up walking with it anyways. I think they did call for the 5 seconds anyways. Tight lip lock defense there.
And Big Red's already bringing the energy here.
Yes. Good crowd on hand tonight. Plenty of Paola fans making the trip up here as well.
And Hoyt Hoffine to check in now.
And Lachlan McRae will also be checking in. Remember, it was senior night tonight, so all three seniors, including Cater Albert, got in there for the starting lineup. Take a look at it right here. We have 4 seniors recognized during the girls' game and 3 right here between Sakai Glover, Cater Albert, and Alex Crowley. There's a drive by Glover, and he picks up the foul.
Chieftains with, I believe, 2 fouls early in this
already,
one.
Yes, one on Glover and the other on Albert.
And Hoffine comes in. I mean, you'd agree with me. He definitely looks taller than 6'4".
Yeah, and I think everyone at home would definitely agree with you, too. It's his brother Hoyt coming in. Only a sophomore, too, as they dish it down low, trying to go up strong through contact. And Crowley, here we go, the Chieftains in transition. Schmidt to Carlton. Doesn't go, but a chance for 2 at the line. And it looks like Hoffine took a shot to the face, holding up around that left eye area.
Panthers are going to have to watch out for this. Noah Carlton has some wheels. He showed it against Baldwin. It really hurt them.
And that has been the bread and butter of this Chieftain team over the past couple of weeks of action coming down the stretch here in the season, is getting out in transition. It's just they have a second nature for it to have that sense. And Crowley and Glover are 2 of the best who have seen the guys getting down the floor and getting it out there for them to track it down and put it up for some buckets. Chieftains do have their first lead of the game at 3-2. As Carlton goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Hall's going to have that one stripped away.
Here we go again to Schmidt. Perfectly threaded by Glover. He just can't finish. And don't see Owen Schmidt miss too many of those. Coach Jones just kind of barking out to say, like, fundamentals, just follow it up to the rim. And try to get too fancy with it. It's a textbook layup at the end of the day. So we're already halfway through this first quarter. It's blown by pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. It's a low-scoring affair because both teams are taking their time with the ball. I mean, the only reason that there's points on the board is because of the quick fast break opportunities there's been. But mostly, if it comes down to an offensive possession, it's very controlled and very timed for both teams.
Crowley trying to drive, kick out. Glover will drive in. Extra pass to Carlton, deflected and knocked loose. Second turnover of the game already for the Chieftains. Panthers coming back the other way. Troutman gives off to Cohee. Good spin move up over Schmidt. It falls short and a rebound pulled in by Carlton. Here's Lachlan McRae. Fresh legs coming off the bench. Usually a starter, but coming off the bench tonight for senior night. Underwork underneath. Glover, 3-ball is good.
We haven't seen the 3-ball much from Zakiah Glover, but normally when he does shoot it, he's going to make it most of the time.
Had a good look at it, too. Good kick out from Lachlan McRae. Student section getting loud. Drive by Hoffine. Leaves it short, gets his own rebound. Still not going, still not going. Eventually bounces it out. Troutman 3-ball. Clanks off, and a rebound pulled in by Crowley. Chieftains ahead. McRae on the right side. Cleanly blocked, but tracked down by Carlton. Still down here with the Chieftains. Crowley with his hands on it right now. Back and forth action we got here to start this one. Great defensive play. Coming back down, getting the block. Glover will drive baseline again. Another kick out. NBA range. Doesn't go for Crowley.
The Chieftains defensively were still adamant to try and let Hoyt Hoffine make a mistake there and force the turnover. Or not the turnover, but force the ball back on their hand. The Chieftains is doing a good job controlling it. Just Alex couldn't convert that 3.
Foul will be on the floor here as Cohee was driving into the bucket. That's the 13th foul of the quarter for the Chieftains. A trio of substitutions in for Paola, including the young freshman Stephen Bassett, a 5'5 freshman, who you were telling me about has shown a lot of great promise, and he's got the attention of this coaching staff.
Absolutely, and coming into this season, I saw him at first glance, and I'm like, I have no idea who it is. And then off the bench, it definitely caught my attention because his first basket on varsity was a three-pointer.
Speaking of three-pointers, that one way downtown for Troutman doesn't go, and an offensive foul underneath. I think they're going to tag that to Richmond, and they will. Got a little bit out of position underneath him, and Carlton were fighting for that ball. They call him for the push. He picks up his first, each team with 3 team fouls. Just now, under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. McRae bringing it up the floor. Jason Byrne also into the game, along with Anthony Rowe for Tonganoxie. Glover trying to direct some traffic, zinging it. No look pass, I think, to Rowe, able to save it from going out of bounds. Now this one, well, errant passing here right now for the Chieftains, looking to tighten it up. Rowe, quick kick out to Byrne, now quickly back to Glover. Trying to drive in on Troutman and throws it behind Byrne. So third time's the charm for the Chieftains there. They've played with fire a little bit, and they got burnt.
And it was just an unlucky pass. Byrne wasn't expecting it, and it just fell right behind him.
And Anthony Rowe will quickly come back out of the game as Coach Jones not liking what he was seeing on that one possession. A couple errant passes.
Go ahead and talk with Coach Johnson there.
3 ball in the way. Troutman again. That one doesn't go. Took a straight bounce, and Richmond will get called again for trying to crash in on the boards. Got behind on the positioning of Carlton, and he will come out of the game.
Now the other Hoffine brother will get his first appearance, Lane Hoffine. But this Chieftains team really is forcing Richmond's hand. Richmond has the most size on the court out of anybody. Now it being Lane Hoffine, Panthers have been really aggressive underneath, and it's really showing because of the lack of size the Chieftains possess, and it's easier for them to try and pry the ball away, and it's easier for Richmond to box, so he's going to get called for those fouls. Richmond's just got to be a bit more careful.
Pass going back to the right side to Glover. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Carlton going to try to drive in and a kick out. Another 3 on the way for Glover. It doesn't go, but a rebound by McRae. He goes back up and puts it in.
We were waiting for Lachlan McRae to score because he's always one of the first ones to set the tone in any game. And there he is again, scoring that quick basket.
Zipping it down underneath. Lane Hoffine, guarded by Carlton, definitely has the advantage. Now trying to back him down with the right hand. Can't finish. Bounces hard off the back iron. Under 20 now. Chieftains have a chance. Crowley was calling for it. He wanted the ball. He got behind Cohey a little bit, but the window was just a little bit too tight. Now it's in his hands under 10 seconds as we're approaching 5. Crowley dribbling back up to the top. In his hands. You know he's going to take the shot. It's going to be Glover with the left hand. It leaves a little short. I thought for sure he was going to be pulling up from the logo on senior night. It just seemed too perfect, but a good start to the first quarter in this one for Tongi. Low-scoring affair, but it's an 8-2 lead. Chieftains over the Panthers on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
What's up, guys? I'm Brendan Bolin, and this is T-Town Talk.
Gets the snap from Fisher, fakes the handoff Bruce, and looks right, deep ball, lofting into the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown, Chieftains! Here comes Masluck down the court, dribbling on Springer, kicks it at the Shonick, pops the 3 from the right corner, gets it to go! Back up top to Zakai Glover, feeds it inside to Carlton, nice power dribble underneath and gets it to go. Join me every Friday at 7 a.m. for your exclusive Chieftain sports news and more on our exclusive home on Spotify.
Back in action here in the second quarter, 8-2 lead for the Chieftains over the Panthers. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin, our special simulcast coverage tonight on Tonganoxie and on Paola Sports Live.
Just want to say hello to my folks at Paola Sports Live. Happy I'm able to be here with Funk and the Tongi Sports crew to call the Panthers. But I'll definitely see y'all next Tuesday. But so far, it's been a great game so far. So
Gurley gives to McRae with space. Another one. It's almost in the exact spot where he knocked down his first field goal. He's got 4 early.
And if Paola's just going to leave the space open for McRae, he's going to take advantage of it.
There's not a defender really within arm's reach of him. I think he was kind of surprised. You're going to give me this much space? All right, watch this. Underneath was looking to go for a Hill. It's still loose on the floor. Jason Byrne fighting with it. J.D. Troutman end over end.
He almost did a somersault there.
He almost did. Everything's okay. I think after all that,
they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, it was a timeout.
Chieftains called a timeout, I believe. Yeah, we'll be on the Chieftains.
Yeah, just a quick one taken here. My Tonganoxie, and while we do have time, we do want to just remind everybody real quick. We've heard us talk about it, but the Kansas Shrine Duels will be coming up in exactly a month from tomorrow, Sunday, March 17th at Newman University in Wichita, Kansas. It's going to be the best in the East and the best of the West. It'll be senior wrestlers, boys and girls, taking place and taking part of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and the first of its kind taking place as part of the association with the Kansas Shrine Duels and the Kansas Shrine Bowl. You've heard with the East and West football game. Do a lot of great work with Shriners Hospitals for Children. It's a great cause, and with both of these two teams, as Tonganoxie and Paola, some of the top wrestling squads in 4A, I imagine we'll probably see a Panther and a Chieftain at the Shrine Duels, potentially. It's a tight list to get into.
The first name I can think of off the top of my head for Paola, Clayton Younger. One of the best 132 wrestlers in 4A, possibly the state of Kansas.
We got Braden Moore for Tonganoxie at 144, among many, many others. Really talented wrestling class. Another offensive rebound for the Chieftains that Schmidt collected off the missed 3 from Byrne.
I don't think Younger's 132. I'm not the greatest with wrestling weight classes, as it's scary on cue that head wrestling coach Brett Delich walks in the room.
Yeah. Walking into the gymnasium. Regional wrestling will be taking place right here starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and you'll be able to catch our broadcast of the semifinals and the finals later that afternoon right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. That shot from Schmidt was left short. Coach Jones saying there was some contact, wanted a whistle, but not going to get it. This Paola offense been putting up a lot of 3 balls. That one not going. That's their 5th straight miss. As they are sluggish out of the gates, down 10-2 early.
Paola's just been forcing a lot of shots, especially the 3 ball. I've seen at least 4 jacked up from Troutman, and now there's a scrum on the floor.
Possession arrow will be in favor of Paola, as Glover will check back in along with Carlton for the Chieftains, and we'll have Bassett and Hoffine, Lane Hoffine to be exact, in for Paola.
It'll be Jace Curley and Isaac Hall to head to the bench.
14 bottom, 32 Hoffine in the game for Paola.
Paola just needs a basket here. They're going to get
with it. A great defense, standing up straight by Lachlan McRae, throwing Cohey off his balance a little bit, making him walk with it. As each team now up 3 turnovers. Double team on Glover, leaves Crowley open, but he can't knock down the 3 ball. Schmidt fighting for the rebound, eventually knocked it loose, but it's controlled by Bassett as he's going to bring it across the timeline. Finds Troutman, guarded by Glover. Spin move, trying to get some separation. Gives it back to Cohey. 3 ball, another one on the way. Another one not going, though. 6 straight miss from downtown.
I've not seen Micah Sanders shoot a 3 up until this point in the season.
Well, that's probably why there.
Don't get me wrong, he's not a bad shooter at all. It's just a matter of he loves to use his 6'4" frame to go up with it, and it's done him well throughout the whole season. So I like Micah Sanders trying something new and shoot a 3 ball.
When you got that size and that versatility and you got the range to it, it goes well for you. So Chieftains now have a double-digit lead, 12-2, off the first field goal of the game from Owen Schmidt. And you would think coming into this game, knowing the Chieftains lacked the size down low, that they would use the big frames of these Paola post players, Brendan, but so far it doesn't look like that's really been part of the plan. And of course, that's the first three ball that goes down. That was Sanders right there, showing me nothing but net, but timeout was called by Paola, trying to get something going here. Down 12-2, 4:21 left to go in the second. We'll take them with them. We'll be back soon here on Tonganoxie and Paola Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
There's a full timeout taken by Paola, down by 10 early in this one, a little over halfway to go in the second quarter. Brendan, I'll turn over to you. What does this Paola offense need to start doing to try to get out of this rut that they're in?
I think they just need to stop forcing shots from the outside and just find simpler shots.
Turnover number 4 has the Chieftains back the other way. Carlton to Glover, floats it up, takes a couple bounces but doesn't fall. And Troutman, he is down on the floor, hit pretty hard. So having the fist down, that'd be a big loss for the Panthers. And J.D. Troutman, the 5'9" junior, one of the leaders of this team. He's getting up on his own power. Hall of Fame athletic trainer Mark Padfield's going to go over and make sure he's well taken care of, but halt play here for just a little bit, but still his offense for Paola. Just still trying to get things going. As you're looking down the barrel right now, you've only had 2 points scored and a little over about 12 minutes of action.
Well, as I was saying, just don't force the outside shots so much, and they've done such a good job on keeping the ball, only 4 turnovers to their name to start this half, but one thing they got to do is make sure they're doing something with the basketball and be simpler inside. And they're, like you mentioned, that size they're looking for is going to come from Lane Hoffline.
As we mentioned the 3 ball, they were 0 for 6 for downtown in this game so far. Finally getting some open space underneath. Lane Hoffline puts it in, his first bucket of the game. That's where all 4 points have come. It's been down in the post position from Eli Richmond and Lane Hoffline. Chieftains back on the attack. Schmidt dribbling around, kicks back up top to Crowley.
But one thing I will mention is the reason why they haven't really gone to the post much is because of the amount of aggression their post players show. Besides Troutman, the Hoffine twins and Richmond are very aggressive down low, and they love to command their presence whenever they are down low. So with Richmond already at 3 fouls, and then Lane Hoffine having a very aggressive game yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, Tuesday. I'd say you have to
transition.
Be careful.
And perfect finish. McRae to Crowley. Acrobatic shot for him. His first bucket. And again, Chieftains getting out and transition. Collecting the rebound off the rim from the miss from downtown from Bassett. And taking it down the other way, cashing in for 2 points.
Oh, my.
They're
going to get into the travel, but it took a minute for them to call it, and Troutman's going to check back in, so happy to see he's...
Yeah, good to see that he is okay. We'll also have Cater Albert back in, and Lachlan McRae will head out for Tonganoxie. Back to a 10-point lead for the Chieftains, 14-4, 2:25 to go in the second quarter. As Glover will inbound it to Crowley. Three ball hasn't been hot tonight for the Chieftains here. Only 1 for 5 so far.
Pao's been doing such a good job to limit the amount of perimeter shots they have, but like Baldwin, it's been a problem with the breakaway little layups inside. They're gonna get a foul here.
And the late coming in was Hoffine. Get the shot, but I think he was fouled before, and they're going to give it to J.D. Troutman. So he comes into the game, picks up his first foul, and sends Owen Schmidt to the line. Only our second pair of free throws between these two teams on this one.
24 Sanders in the game for Paola.
Sanders will also check in for Cohey for Paola. Schmidt trying to hit on the back end. It's on the way and good. Takes his total up to 3. So far, leading scorer for the Chieftains is Lachlan McRae with 4.
Low scoring affair, but with a lot of defense to come with it and a lot of long possessions. I feel like it's kind of one of the reasons.
And right there from Sakai Glover, maybe a little bit of mind games, taking the ball out of the hands of J.D. Troutman as he was forced to take that timeout. It'll only be a 31 here. We'll take a picture-in-picture timeout. Right here is brought to you by Brothers Market.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Again, right on cue when we were just talking about all the defense we've seen so far, it was Sakai Glover that was heckling J.D. Troutman, forced him to take the quick 30-second timeout for the Panthers. Down by 11, under 2 to go before halftime. Looking for Hill again, down low. Had good post position, but they just overthrew him. He's able to at least knock it out of the hands of Crowley. He'll force a Tongi inbounds, but been rough. Turnover number 5 now for the Panthers.
It is the right idea, just trying to find the open guy there that he saw to the first instance as he was feeling the pressure there, but just a little over the mark there.
Schmidt with space, 3 ball. Doesn't go. Rebound pulled in by Crowley, though, in the paint. Another kick out as Glover will bounce it over to Cater Albert.
And Crowley is now taunting Troutman there.
Another drive and a kick from Albert, from Carlton, now to Schmidt. He stops near the charity stripe, finds Glover. Gets space, drives baseline, good finish with the left hand by Sakai Glover, who's got 5.
Paola's 2-3 zone. The Chieftains are just finding their way around it. And there's a shot that you don't want to take there. They're going to say he's out of bounds, and it's going to head the other way here. Cody's going to check in for Curley now.
Panther squad coming into tonight, still looking for their first win of the season. Final week of the regular season coming up next week. Another good drive and another great finish for Sakai Glover, and I love seeing that going for him. I feel like too often we see him drive in and try to kick out, make that extra pass, and again, it just goes to show how selfless he is, but I like to see him to take it and actually finish with the left hand. With good start this first half, he's got 7.
It's senior night, why not show out?
Exactly, it's his night to do it.
And he's done quite a good job of doing it.
Under 10 now. Hoffine going down low to Hill. Trying to finish on Carlton with the left hand, and he does, and the first half will come to an end on a Paola bucket. And a much-needed one, to say the least. Only 6 points total in that first half for the Panthers as the Chieftains put up 19 as we go into the locker room for halftime. The White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show is next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd. The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
Welcome back in on Tonganoxie Sports Live and the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show as they turn the lights on us again for the dance team halftime performance. But halftime show tonight brought to you by White Birch Properties. You have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007. Low scoring first half, 19-6 is the lead for the Tonganoxie Chieftains over the Paola Panthers. Game 2 of our doubleheader. So the Chieftains looking to split tonight's doubleheader. It was a dominant win for the Lady Panthers in Game 1. Go through some scoring totals real quick before we get to the rest of our first half breakdown and analysis, brought to you by the Tonganoxie Public Library. Zakiah Glover leading all scorers in this game. Not too often we say he's leading all scorers at halftime. He's got 7 so far, and loving the way that he's been able to drive into the bucket and finishing at the cup.
Absolutely, and it's great to see that he's performing so well on senior night for him. And like you mentioned, we don't really hear him see whether it be whether he's the main scorer. It's because he's been so selfless, and tonight it's really his night, whether it's senior night or just his night in general. He's performed so well and has taken care of the basketball, made all the right shots and all the smart decisions for this Chieftains team. So it's great to see that he's playing so well, and I think the Chieftains are going to need that from him going into sub-state here in the next week or two.
And right behind him, Lachlan McGray with 4, Noah Carlton and Owen Schmidt each with 3, and Alex Crowley with 2. And as for the Panthers, it's just 2 apiece for Richmond, Lane Hoffine, and Hall, as Hall got the final bucket of the first half, a layup inside before the horn sounded before halftime. 5 turnovers for the Panthers, 3 for Tonganoxie, and we've only had the Chieftains at the free throw line 2 of 4, or 50% on the night. We talked about the 3-ball was a big factor for both teams. They were chucking them up, even though none of them really hitting at a high clip. It was only the one make for Zakiah Glover. Other than that, Chieftains shooting 14%, and Paola 0 for 7 from downtown. As we saw him early trying to go for that long shot, it wasn't working out. We see him try to get a little bit more aggressive of attacking in the paint, and it's been working when they've been able to get the ball down there. But outside of that, is still a little sluggish first half for the Panthers. They showed some signs there as of late, but I imagine that's got to be a point of emphasis number 1 in the locker room right now. Is we come in, we got the Hoffine brothers on this roster. We outsized Tonganoxie. Why are we going to try to attack down low and try to get him back into this game? You're only down right now by 13. Still plenty of time to try to make a comeback, but definitely got to have a higher tick of production in the second half coming up.
And I think one of the reasons they've been so kind of adamant to try and get it down low, or I wouldn't say adamant, I'd say more a bit scared, I'd say. Not really scared, I don't know the correct word for it, or I'll actually say nervous, is the fact that Eli Richmond, one of the taller players and the bigger presences on this team, has 3 fouls in this game. And then you count Hoyt Hoffine with a foul as well. There's 4 fouls combined among the big men, and they combined for all 6 points. So I think they realize that it's starting to work, but I feel like they're still a bit scared too, just for the fact that they're taller than them. They have more power over this Chieftain squad than they do, and I think it's really interesting to see how they're going to go about it in the second half, but I feel like they've just been a bit nervous despite the foul trouble that they put their lone senior player in.
Yeah, I think nervous is a pretty great way of putting it. So the lights are back on. Man.
Right.
Yeah, I know, very bright. This new gym, just a little over a year old here, is Chieftain Arena. But, yes, I expect more of that to happen in the second half for Paola. As for Tonganoxie, I think you got to be sitting there. You got to have an idea, too. You know that's probably what's going to be happening in the second half, too. So, defensively, how do you think the Chieftains are going to try to counteract that?
Well, I believe that whenever they do play man-to-man defense, they're always going to have the guy on the left side of the post kind of shade over and be more of a help side and pressure the big men to force up a shot and put some extra pressure on their back when they're trying to post someone up. So I feel like having that extra pressure, which the Chieftains have done really well on this Panthers squad, is put pressure on the players. And I didn't really see them go out with a full-on press there. They've kind of let them go up towards half court, and then from there, do whatever they need to do to get the ball out of their hands, and they've done such a good job of that. I actually had 6 turnovers accounted for, but like I said, we're not pro statisticians, but
yep, definitely not the official ones by any means. As our first half breakdown analysis brought to you by the Tonganoxie Public Library. They're proud to support the community and helping to provide exceptional community events for children and families through excellence, inclusion, persistence, and collaboration. Learn more at www.tonganoxielibrary.org. Just a little over a minute left to go until the second half starts. Both teams out of the locker room. Good to see Paola actually coming out. They're not getting any warm-up shot. We saw the Lady Panther team. They didn't come out until the horn sounded in that first game. It took them a long time to come out of the locker room, but both teams are out. We're getting ready to get things started. We'll be back after this quick break here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, and you've been watching the White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Starting the third, Panthers down by 13, 19-6 at Tonganoxie. Dylan Funk alongside Brennan Bolin. The final 2 quarters of regular season basketball taking place here inside at Chieftain Arena. And it's right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's going to be a busy next about 24 hours or so here at Tonganoxie High School, one of the 4 hosting sites for boys 4A regional wrestling. Will be taking place tomorrow. Action starts at 9 o'clock. We'll have the coverage of the semifinals and the finals on Tonganoxie Sports Live. So that broadcast will be starting later in the afternoon, probably around 2, 3 o'clock. Hopefully, depending on how the tournament's running. Hopefully it's a little quick, but we'll see how that goes.
They normally are pretty quick, yeah. But Brett Delich is here, so immediately after this game's over and everyone clears out, it's setting up time.
I'm willing to guarantee that even when we're in the Brothers Market postgame show, as Glover puts another one off, just falls off the rim, out of bounds, and it'll stay down here. Last touch by Sanders. That even when we're doing our halftime show, we will start to see the mats probably being rolled in, and some of them might already starting to be spread out, maybe at center court. I know the Josie East is the athletic director. As Glover and Albert just collide in with each other, it's an easy 2 at the other end for Cohee, his first bucket of the game. That's close to thought about wrestling. 5 mats going to be going tomorrow here in this same gym, so should be going pretty quick and pretty efficiently, but now we got a 19-8 ball game out here on the hardwood.
Glover looked a little in pain there, so hopefully he's doing okay and can kind of just shake it off. But Panthers get a nice turnover there, forced by the Chieftains, and then a quick transition bucket. And what a save there from Sanders Carlton. I like the effort trying to save it there, but Sanders just right there, had to tiptoe the baseline there and managed to get it right to Richmond.
Sanders down the other end, looking to bank, doesn't go. Rebound underneath by Richmond. Again, limited in that first half with some early foul trouble, and a jump ball is called. Like to see that for Noah Carlton, getting in there physical with the 3-star lineman commit to play at the University of Kansas is Eli Richmond, as you just informed me early in the broadcast. Rock Chalk, look forward to seeing him on the gridiron with Coach Leipold. Almost shooting the lights out. And I must say, there's got to be some kind of...
Oops.
Yeah, all right, who hit the switch?
It's Coach Loomis. Loomis was down there pointing, saying, my fault. I think he was trying to fix something, but happened to shut off about half the lights in the gym, or a third of them, I should say.
Well, he's just dimming the lights, trying to set the mood, I guess. I'm not sure, but... Yeah, so now the question is, like, what exactly happens here? Because he was in the act of shooting. That's what they're going over to explain to Coach Jones.
Now they're going to go to Coach Oshel. They're going to let the Panthers have it on the sideline here near their bench.
And I think rightfully so. I think if you're trying to take a shot and the lights all of a sudden start going down on you, that
you're like, what the heck is going on
I know,
here?
it's an unfair advantage, to say the least. They didn't go all the way out. It was just enough to tell, like, hey, what's going on here? Officials are still talking about it. You know, and this is unique because, again, this is all part of, you see it during the pregame festivities, they shut the lights off, they turn the spotlight on for the starting lineups and stuff. It's one of the unique features here of Chieftain Arena that was just newly built a little over a year ago, last January of 2023. So you don't see that too often in any other high school basketball games. If the power goes out, that's different, but the light's just dimming, you know. Don't see that too very often. At this game, as it hasn't already been kind of a little wacky and spunky already. We've had that on top of it, but we're back in action. Richmond can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, and he might pick up foul number 4.
They're going to give it to Carlton, though.
And they will.
Actually, they're going to start talking about it now.
I don't know, because, I mean, he was trying to clear space around him. Richmond trying to say he was going back up with the shot.
Richmond definitely, I feel like, extended a bit of an arm there.
Still talking. And I think they're going to stick with the call on the floor, which is a foul for Noah Carlton. Well, I mean, now...
They're going to stick with it.
They will. Yep. And a round of applause from the Paola fans and their bench. Which, lucky for Rich, because that would have been his 4th, correct?
Yes.
So Dodging a bullet there, potentially.
Heard a faint boo there. Somebody in the crowd.
A little bit.
I mean, I felt like it could have gone both ways, but I mean,
it definitely could have.
It definitely could have, yes, but I feel like if I were the referee, that was 95% a charge. But I feel like it's the right decision to just stick with the call. No need to have the over-exaggerating over.
And it's pretty easy when you got a big guy like Richmond down low and he's knocking somebody down. It's kind of easy to assume it's like, oh, like using his brute force to trample somebody. But again, I agree with the call with the official. I think they handled it well. Still in empty possession. Glover just lost it on his way in. Turnover number 4 for the Chieftains. Sanders back the other way. That doesn't go. Second effort. And trailing right behind him is Jace Curley, who's got his first bucket.
And the 2 of the 3 starters who didn't score, actually 2 of the 4 starters who didn't score, they're now in scoring figures as Cohee, now Curley, but Alex Curley, who only had 2. Here he is with a 3 ball. Up to 5 for him.
There's initially a quick 4-0 run for the Panthers, but that big 3 puts the Chieftains back up by 12, 22-10. Trying to answer. Curley. He does!
Curley doesn't get the ball much. He loves to just pass it around, but whenever he does like to take his shots, they're mostly 3 balls.
And the first 3 ball of the game for Paola. Last touch by Glover. As now you kind of start to feel the energy and starting to manifest maybe a little bit to that Paola side of the arena here.
And you've brought it to within 9 now, so you're feeling really good about how your offense has come out in the second half. There still's got to be a bit of kinks worked out.
Trying to go underneath, loose ball. Curley stay able to collect. Crowley poking it out. It'll stay down here with Paola as Hall, I almost said Hall. Check back in. And Richmond will head out.
Probably just for a precautionary reason.
In the lane, 2 defenders, no good. Cohee with the rebound. He'll have a chance to earn him at the line. A little bit of more hustle and energy so far in the third from Paola. Extra efforts, crashing the board. Since Caden Cohee is 6'1" junior. Good mix of, looks like a lot of juniors and sophomores on this team. 2 seniors for the Panthers.
Yes, 2 seniors. Being Tristan Katzer, who has not touched the floor yet today. Then Eli Richmond.
Missing on the first attempt. Second one good for Cohee. He's got 3, and that was the first trip to the line in the game for Paola.
It's very surprising. They normally do go to the line quite a bit, but definitely surprising to see that they haven't gone to the line much today, and that was their first trip.
What a great finish, and the find underneath to Owen Schmidt going to work on that left low post and putting it up against 2 defenders.
Schmidt, normally a good 3-ball shooter, but he's also very good inside the paint, being the bigger force for this Chieftains squad, and they're going to get Troutman with turnover. It's going to be the first for the Panthers.
Still here at a 10-point contest, pushing the halfway mark of the third quarter, 24-14, Chieftains on top. Lachlan McGray had 4 in that first half, hands to Schmidt. Now to Glover, leading all scores in this game still with 7. Trying to go down low. Schmidt grabs it, goes up strong, blocked from behind by Sanders. Here he comes the other way with it. Chieftains getting back. Now in the hands of Troutman, hands off to Curley. Hit one earlier, and hits that one.
Curley having a great performance tonight, 8 points.
All here in the third quarter. Schmidt can't answer on the other end. Sanders a rebound.
Paola, I feel like, found themselves a bit of momentum here. Can they keep up with it?
Got the lead down to 7. Hall doesn't rattle in. Thought it might get a courtesy bounce, but it doesn't go. Crowley with the rebound, gets by Sanders. Coming down the other way, finds Schmidt, goes up, doesn't finish, tips it out into the hands of Troutman. Here come the Panthers in transition. Troutman getting by Crowley, extra pass. Cohee banks it in.
Here come the Panthers, and Coach Jones is upset, and here come the Panthers storming back. They find themselves down 5 now.
24-19, a late surge for Paola, getting out in transition. A good find. Cohee collects, banks it in. 24-19, 3:21 to go. Coach Jones exchanging some words on his bench with the Chieftains. We'll be back after this on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Panthers clawing their way back into this one, only down by 5, 24-19, 3:21 left to go in the third quarter. Dylan Funk alongside the voice of the Panthers and Paola Sports Live, Brendan Bolin. Happy to bring you tonight's special simulcast coverage on Tonganoxie and Paola Sports Live. We are being treated, we knew this was probably going to be a close contest coming into this. It was a slow start in the first half, only 6 points put up by the Panthers. They have found their groove here in the third and are starting to make it a ball game.
And it's all been finding their groove, connecting with each other on offense. And it's been quite the story as it's frustrated Coach Jones. And Coach Oshel has to feel happy. Even the Panther fans were on their feet and excited. This is the team they want to face. This is the team they want to beat. This is the team they beat almost a whole calendar year ago.
Burn for 3, straight ahead, doesn't go, and another rebound underneath as we see Hoffine back into the game. Hoyt, Hoffine to be exact. Cohee on the bucket on the last possession, puts it up, almost. The Paola fans definitely getting rowdy, getting on their feet, got something to cheer about in this third quarter. And a chance to cut into this lead even more at the free throw line. Second trip of the game for Cohee and the Panthers overall. He went 1 for 2 on his last time up.
Cohee's one of the more flawless free throw shooters. He just let that one short.
The good old announcer's kibosh. Announcer's jinx, whatever you want to call it.
I've did that so much.
We all have. Happens to the best of us. Trying to hit on the back end, making a 4-point game. Cohee on the way, and good. That's a little more what you were just alluding to right there.
Yeah. Wide open room for McCray. You know he's going to take advantage of it.
Can't knock it down. Burn with the rebound off his shin, and it'll be Paola basketball. Things starting to unravel here for the Chieftains. See Coach Jones putting the hands up on the sideline. Just, what are we doing here?
He was talking to his players in the half, from what I ever heard, just run the offense and be more efficient.
Underneath, Richmond wide open. How do you let that big guy get that open underneath? Not too sure. He's got 4 on the night, and it's a 2-point ball game.
And he had the seal. It was a really good seal there from Richmond. Just able to carve up Noah Carlton down low and get wide open there.
Crowley trying to answer, big 3, does not go.
And out comes the Rat Pack here.
Troutman to tie, doesn't go. And Crowley with the big rebound for the Chieftains. Playing it safe, will bring it across the timeline. Zipping it in, an errant pass right into the gut of Richmond. 5th turnover of the game now for Tonganoxie.
For Paola, you got to get a score here. Make it interesting.
Cohee, that one doesn't go. Gets the rebound over Crowley, but he could get called for the foul.
It's going to be Cohee's first. Or second, I believe.
Well, we'll see.
I think it's his first. Oh, it is a second.
Second. So I always trust John Thompson's word better than I ever trust mine. So Cohee picks up number 2. He'll check out. Bassett will also come into the game as well.
14. Bassett into the game for Paola.
So, oh, hang on. I think we've got a statistical thing going on here.
Oh, there went our scoreboard. All right, I'm just saying, lights went out. Loomis was near. Loomis near the scoreboard again. I'm just kidding, everybody. He was going, we're trying to figure it out. They're trying to work it out at the scores table right now. But let's talk about this right now. A 16-5 run in this third quarter right now for Paola has projected them. It looked like they were in the cellar and Tongi was going to round them for a big senior night win, but instead we're sitting here a 2-point contest and Paola trying to win their first ball game in 364 days.
And they have the right formula to do it. They've had the connection. They've had the chemistry. They forced Tonganoxie into a frustrating position. And now all of a sudden you find yourself down 2, and you've got plenty of time to mount a comeback and even start putting your first lead together of the game. And how's Paola going to do it? Like they've done in the third quarter, and like I mentioned, they have to body the Chieftains down low. You saw Richmond do it on Carleton. You saw Caden Cohey get the second chance boards. This is going to have to be their formula.
So the Panthers led in the only time when it was 2-0 when they scored the first bucket of the game. And the Chieftains tied it at 2 and then have led ever since. Carleton, 3 does not go. Don't see him put up too many of those.
Carleton thought about it the first time, but the second time he had to pull it. He was wide open there.
Under a minute, Sanders got Crowley off his feet, driving in on Glover. Able to get the ball away now in the hands of Bassett. Quickly goes back to Troutman, drives left on Glover. Stop in the lane, puts up, tie ball game.
Oh my goodness, folks. I knew we had a ball game on our hand, but I didn't know it'd come in the third quarter.
Crowley trying to get back to lead, does not go. And the Paola Panthers a chance to take the lead and potentially hold for the final shot on what they have dominated in this third quarter.
And they can't let it slip. If you remember Baldwin, and I hate to bring this up, Baldwin went on a 15-0 run to start the fourth quarter after an initial tie there.
McRae with it to Crowley. Good if it goes. On senior night, it does not. An 18-5 run for the Panthers in the third quarter, tying this one up. Still 1 full quarter to go. We are coming down to the wire here on Tonganoxie and Paola Sports Live. You do not want to miss it.
Hey folks, save $1,000 on your interior painting project this winter. Hire Absolute Painting during November through February and qualify for 10% off your project, a free paint upgrade, and a free color consultation to make sure you choose the perfect colors to transform your home. This amazing offer only lasts until our winter calendar is booked and spots are filling up fast. Call now and save $1,000 on your interior project. No money down, affordable monthly payment options are available. This offer won't last long, so call now to save $1,000 on your interior project with Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
I was just wondering.
Enter query.
Should I use a robot?
Vacuum?
No. Are
robots taking over the world? Yes.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Unlike a robo-advisor, we can put together a personalized plan.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
They are getting loud here in Chieftain Arena.
Both sides are, in fact.
Sides,
the energy
yes,
in this
indeed.
gym is absolutely insane.
Chieftains are up 13 coming out of halftime, 19-6, an 18-5 run later. And we are tied again at 24. Panthers still looking for their first lead since it was 2-0.
And their first win in 364 days.
Nonetheless.
Against this very team in the Panther Dome.
And another costly turnover. McRae thought that Carleton was going to keep working down to the post towards the bucket. Instead, it dribbles out of bounds.
And it's the fourth turnover in this half for the Chieftains. Both teams close to about the same turnovers. Paola's done a very nice job taking care of the basketball here in this second half.
The Chieftains, on the other hand, have not. A big part of getting the Panthers back into this one. They come away with the steal here. Poking it loose was Crowley. Here he is with it right now. Going to drive hard. Late give to McRae underneath. Swarm of defenders able to get it out. Paola fans want to travel. Not going to get it, though. As McRae will dish it back to Glover. Go back to the left side for Schmidt. Had to take a couple of seconds, make sure he secured that basketball.
It's going to have to be a careful game from the referee's standpoint of view.
Schmidt bumps into Richmond and a kick out to Crowley. Now back there at the top to Glover. McRae guarded by Cohey. Schmidt coming off the screen, but quickly getting around it. Right back on him is Jace Curley. A lot of moving around here for the Chieftains. Not a lot of action trying to go towards the bucket. They burned up nearly a minute of game time just on this possession alone.
And it's Jones's signature minute possessions. You have to resort to the minute possessions.
Carlton was open underneath. Force shot. There's Carlton, gets the rebound. And the Chieftains retake the lead.
You wasted close to a minute and a half of game time here for the Panthers, and now the Panthers have to respond back.
26-24 Chieftains. Troutman on the drive. Got by Glover, just can't finish. Here come the Chieftains in transition. Carlton, it goes!
And this is what I'm talking about. They can't let it slip in the fourth quarter. Chieftains already on a 4-0 run now.
7 points for Noah Carlton on the night. Crowley, takeaway, lay in, good. A 6-0 run for the Chieftains forces a full timeout for the Panthers. Exact last thing you wanted to see right there. Chieftains back up by 6, 30-24, a little over 5 to go in the ball game. You're watching Chieftain basketball on your home of the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
Action continues, rolling along here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, and for our audience watching the game on Paola Sports Live, I'm glad everybody can be with us. Chieftains on a quick 6-0 run, back in front, 30-24. After the Panthers had a big third quarter, 18-5 run to be exact. That one don't go for Richmond, and throw it away. Chieftains trying to get greedy in transition. That's Jace Curley that takes it away in the 8th turnover for Tonganoxie.
And they had to make sure, I felt like somebody was back there ready if that transition basket happened.
Sanders underneath, goes up, can't finish over Schmidt, and they'll get him.
Nothing over the back there.
I believe so, and that will be the call.
I believe it's the first for Sanders.
Yes, the first.
I wanted to make sure I was right.
Panthers meet the Chieftains near the half-court line. Lachlan brings it across. Overthrows. He was looking for Cater Albert, and a mistake from Lachlan.
I mean, he's used to throwing those 30-yard bomb throw-ins in soccer, so I think it's just instinctual there.
He's got a cannon if he can get an overhead throw-in. I mean, he's got a way.
I've seen him in the weight room do med ball throws. It's very scary firsthand.
I imagine. Close it in on halfway to go. Richmond quickly to Cohey. His three doesn't go. Sanders over the back of Glover, still fighting for it. He'll stay down here with the Panthers. As Glover was losing his footing going down. He was on the baseline when he touched the basketball.
And Cohey, I like the idea of the step back three, just left it a little short there. But nice of Sanders to try and fight for it still.
Richmond to Troutman, up and under, does not go. Cater Albert with the rebound. Chieftains with numbers up ahead, 3-on-2 to the left. Crowley doesn't go, tipped up in the air. Carlton comes well with the rebound, takes it away from Richmond.
Chieftains just got to keep it here. Don't let the Panthers have any more time.
Carlton, one dribble, left-hand finish.
Carlton's got 6 in this second half.
9 total on the night.
Paola has to score quickly here. Don't let this lead slip away. Don't let the Chieftains have their moment.
Foul on the floor.
I believe it's going to be on Carlton. It will indeed. That's number 2 for him. Oh, it's his third. Made my foul boxes on my scoring sheet a little bit too small there, so.
Troutman on the inbound, finds the body of Richmond. Double team, goes with the left hand, too strong. Troutman with the rebound, goes up strong, too short. Ball is still loose. Who wants it? Sanders on it for the Panthers. Jump ball.
Going to go the other way now.
And it will. Tonganoxie will have control. Coach Ryan Olschel is trying to plead his case about something, and he's got to be pretty careful here.
I've never seen Coach Olschel get upset here.
He's getting pretty animated with the official. I saw him.
He had to walk away for a minute there.
I saw that he kind of gave him the double take and a little bit of the side eye. Like I thought maybe a tee was coming. But
I almost thought the technical was going to come there, but
Panthers don't get the trap almost. Chieftains able to get out of it. Trying to take it under 3 minutes. Glover stops and the kick out, loose ball. Carlton still able to control.
Panthers just sitting in their 2-3 zone. And Cohey's going to have to. Cohey tried to reach, and he's going to plead his case with the official.
Third of the game for Cohey, and now the Chieftains. You're in the driver's seat here right now. As far as team fouls, Paola has 2, Tonganoxie has 1. 2:53 left to go in the ball game, an 8-point lead for the Chieftains. This is the point now. We mentioned earlier in that first game, the little bit of like the keep away, trying to just milk this clock and take it down. The Chieftains in good position to do that right now. This one off the sneaker
of Richmond.
But Gray trying to bounce that inside to Carlton. We'll keep it down here.
If you're Paola, it's not hurtful to foul. It just depends on which player is going to be the one to foul. And I know it probably is not going to be an intentional foul, but still just be mindful that when it comes down to the point where you have to foul, it's better to have less fouls with more time to get the ball in your hands.
Crowley almost picking the pocket again.
Coach Oschel's going to call a timeout to make sure he stays with the basketball here.
Yeah, possession arrow, it did favor Paola. He's going to burn the timeout. He's going to keep that possession arrow in his back pocket for the next loose ball on the floor. 32-24. We'll keep it here. And again, just want to remind everybody about the Kansas Shrine Duels that will be coming up on Sunday, March 17th. We're going to have a big presentation on behalf of Varsity Sports Live. It's an all-star wrestling event, the best at each weight class, boys and girls, best in the East versus the best in the West. And it's all for a good cause for Shriners Children's Hospital and many, many others. It's going to be a great afternoon of wrestling taking place at Newman University in Wichita, Kansas. Visit kansasshrineduels.com for more information. So I'll be on the call there. Dennis Drayton will be on the call. You'll be there too. You'll be helping out with some behind-the-scenes stuff.
Excited.
It's going to be a great event.
It's definitely one of the first of kind events I've never seen, really. Oh, Richmond's going to go to the floor there, and I think Crowley's going to get called for a foul.
And Crowley's looking around like, do you really believe I can knock this guy down like that?
It's his first, so.
It is.
We'll stand under the basket here. Now, it's a one-of-a-kind event. I've always wondered if wrestling had something for it, and now for it to actually be a thing now, it's pretty cool.
Yep. That shot forced by Richmond leaves it long. Thought he was fouled, barking his way down the floor, but not going to get any sympathy from the officials at least. Under 2.5 to go in the game now.
I think it's cool if I know they have the McDonald's All-Star game, but I think they need to have a Kansas high school basketball all-star game. I think that'd be really cool.
Taken away and back the other way, but leaving it short on the lay-in is Cody. And I thought there for a split second he took his eye off the rim and he was going
a little fancy there.
Yeah, was trying to get a little too fancy, maybe trying to showboat a little bit. I'm not sure, but his eye was definitely taken off the rim and he ends up leaving it short. And in a moment like this, where your team is only down by 8, a little over 2 minutes, that layup makes it a 6-point contest. But
and Richmond's been on the referee's case the whole game, so I think Hoffine coming into the game was a smart decision there.
We also have Hall checking back in as well. I've been the most surprised with the way this crew has kind of let Paola kind of work them a little bit from the players and the coaches throughout the game. And I'm never the one where as soon as a word said to the official.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
I mean, that's not necessary.
And now, this is starting to get chippy out here. You saw Cohee came and wrapped Glover up around the waist. The official's talking to him. And Glover kind of got a little bit hit below the waist there.
And Lucas Nance is going to check in. I think Oshel's going to take him out of the game. Yes, he is.
Yeah, temper's flaring for Cohee. Can't handle it. He's going to come out, get a breather, try to cool off a little bit. Too late in the game to try to have some kind of costly mistake.
But then again, you have 4 fouls. I mean, I'm not vouching for it that was necessary by any means. I'm saying from a strategic point-wise, you have 4 fouls, so it's less time to have free throws in.
Well, he's coming back in. They're not wasting long. Richmond, Troutman, and Cohee, all 3 back off the bench. And this is going to be interesting to see. Temper's flaring later in this game. I wonder if it's going to come to a boiling point. We still have 1:39 left to play. And after Cohee, again, you got to be careful. Playing with 4 fouls.
Yeah.
One more and you are gone. It's got to keep a cool, level head. It's in his hands right now. Finds it to Sanders, down to the left side. Troutman, long 3 on the way. It rolls in.
Coach Oshel is going to use his final timeout, I believe.
I believe he will. So I'll keep it here. Full timeout. We're going to keep it here for a moment. And also, we're talking about the Shrine Duels. Take a look outside the Paola game that's happening right now. This is what we have coming up the rest of the way of the winter sports season on Tonganoxie Sports Live. The 4A Boys Wrestling Regional Championships taking place tomorrow morning right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. The event itself starts at 9 o'clock. I recommend everybody, if you want to see early round action, to come in person. We will have a broadcast of the semifinals and the finals matchup and maybe a little bit of the quarterfinals. It's really, really hard to do a full broadcast when you got 5 mats going. It's hard to allocate and do play-by-play on all 5 mats at the same time. So we'll have semifinals and finals. We'll see who gets a punch or ticket to state. Be a lot of exciting action that will be taking place all throughout the afternoon tomorrow here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Then we wrap up the regular season on the road at Ottawa. One final battle with the Cyclones, and then we'll see let the cards fall where they may. See if the Lady Chieftains, if they are somehow able to grab one of those final playoff spots. One of their chances took a big blow tonight, dropping the game against the Lady Panthers, 47-30. As Paola is pretty well on their way to locking up that final spot, but still plenty of time. Chaos can happen. We'll see what goes down. As for these Chieftains, currently right now 6-12 on the year. They'd be going on the road to play Chanute in the opening round of the playoffs. And again, we'll wait and see before we announce any potential postseason matchups here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. As the inbounds goes to Glover, he's bringing it up the floor quickly to Carlton, back up top to McRae. He'll hold on to it, and now the Chieftains are going to start forcing the Panthers to foul. 1:19 left to go in the game, and I think that was the 15th foul, and it was.
It was, yes.
And the second of the game on Sanders.
This is the first time in the second half the Chieftains have shot free throws.
They went 2 of 4, 50% in the first half. First trip of the game for Lachlan McRae as he knocks it down. This is parts in the game where it becomes so crucial to knock down your free throws. You really don't want to leave you don't want to leave that door just cracked open enough and give Paola the chance to kick it in and steal one from you on senior night. You could put them away at the line the rest of the way. 119, 33-27 game. Second one for McRae. It's good.
And who else better to take free throws than McRae? And Glover kind of taunting Troutman there a little bit, acting like he was going to come up and take the ball.
Cohee, far corner three, doesn't go. And a rebound underneath by Schmidt. Gives up to Carlton. Cohee coming from behind. They get with 4 fouls. He had to be real careful, so he lets Carlton finish. He's got 11 points on the night, leading all scorers is Noah Carlton.
Ooh, J.D. Troutman, a nice finish there. Spinning and...
This one gets away from Glover, and it's a turnover. And, oh, man,
Cater's going to check in for Owen Schmidt.
I hate to see the tempers flaring between Glover and Crowley there. Got to keep it together out there as a team. Both just a little bit frustrated. Cohee gets it, goes up, stripped away by Cater Albert. Ball is still loose, and Glover chucking it up as the Chieftains get it on their side of the court. Clock continues to run, close to 30 seconds, 33.9 to be exact.
And there's already frustrations on Paola's end now, and Jace Curley's trying to calm him down here.
And Crowley and Glover, aforementioned, right at the half-court line, hugging it out. All good. The 2 leaders of this team, 2 of the 3 senior leaders. And the Paola crowd voicing their displeasure. Feels the calls have been a little one-sided in this game. As McRae knocks it down, 3 for 3 on the night from the line.
If you're Paola, it's time's slipping by. Chieftains already have enough pressure on you, so all you can do is just go down the floor, maybe get a quick 2 or 3, and then go about your business.
That one doesn't go for Cohee. Richmond, that's what you can't do if you're the Chieftains. You can't foul him, and now a chance for a 3-point play. You can make it a 6-point game. I'll tell you, that tension out there on the court, man, you can almost cut it with a knife. I mean, you can tell is really – this Paola team, the big third quarter they had. Now see the Chieftains going on a big run. Seen tempers flaring on both sides.
He'll let the music slip. Loomis again. Oh, man.
All right, Coach, come on now. Let's dial it in here. Let's finish strong, shall we? Big one from Richmond. Rattles out. I think, did we have a whistle? We do. Fatigue, a potential factor for Richmond, leaving that one short at the line.
It's going to be 4 for him, so. Oh, it's his third, okay. Or it is his 4th, I was right. John Tollison messed me up here.
4 for him, 4 for Cohee. And Zakiah Glover will be the man at the line. Good time, definitely not on the side of the Panthers as the Chieftains continue to make their free throws now. 4 straight at the line. 5 straight, excuse me. And no timeouts for Paola either, worth noting. Trying to take it back to a 9-point game. Zakiah Glover at the line. Knocking on the front end. Rattles in and out.
8-point game, and he's got 8 points. Take the 3, Richmond.
Take it, he will. And clock continuing to run here. So, I mean, it's not. As Crowley will just take a timeout.
Oh, I felt like Tony Romo there predicting that one.
It's in the air. I don't know, Jim. It's going to go. 39-34. Chieftains look to be on their way to winning their 7th game of the season. And for Paola, I got to tell you, you've been calling their games this whole entire winter, but for a team that's come in still looking for their first win of the season, looked like it could have been easy for them coming into halftime. You're down by 13. Frustrating season. Might be easy to just phone it in. Instead, came on an 18-5 run to close out the third quarter. We were tied at 24 coming into this third quarter. What do you got to say about the fight that you have seen from this Paola squad? Even in the midst of a frustrating season, you're going to go a full calendar year without a win, but the way they still played and showed their effort tonight, that's going to be really encouraging.
They were hungry. I mean, they came in here, they looked themselves in the mirror in the third quarter, they took control, and then the fourth quarter, I thought they were going to blow a whistle for some extracurricular with Micah Sanders and Alex Crowley there, and Sanders will be the one to foul Crowley. That's 4 for him. But no, the way they came in and the third quarter and played the way they did, it was very impressive to see them. And although they are not going to walk out of here with a win, it's impressive to see that there is some fight left in them, and they've got 2 more games to do so. So I believe one of these 2 games, Lewisburg especially, which that definitely left a sour taste in their mouth, having not scored in the second half of that game. And there was a winnable game, too, for them, having held Lewisburg to hardly any points either. So,
and as the curtain calls now start for the seniors, Alex Crowley, Zakiah Glover, and Cater Albert. Alex still at the free throw line, so they'll wait. See, he still has 1 more to shoot. He just collides into Richmond. Look out.
Oh.
And now
we're going to see maybe a technical.
I mean.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
And Lachlan giving him some fun. Now Crowley comes out. He gets his curtain call. McRae saying, that's not shooting the ball. What are you doing? As they're going to roll it in, they're going to heave it again. This one, look out in the stands. And finally, after all the chaos in this game, Tonganoxie 40, Paola 34. And a good handshake there for Coach Jones and Eli Richmond showed a lot of charisma.
Jones is saying, hey, welcome to my Jayhawks next year.
Absolutely. I say I'm glad I don't have to see you on this court anymore, so rock chalk, looking forward to it.
Email on my end, though.
It is what it is. 40-34 final score. Chieftains close this one out. They split the doubleheader with the Panthers on senior night. Lady Panthers victorious 47-30 in game 1, 40-34 Chieftains on top in this one. So that now will mean the Paola Panthers before their next game will have gone a full calendar year. And I got to give a shout out to the Eudora Sports Live crew and Reed McAvoy. He was the one that brought that to my attention.
Yeah, I was there with him whenever he told me that. I was about as surprised as him. So.
Yep. And we are getting. Yeah, we're getting the commands they want people out of here. So we're going to try to make this really abbreviated, but real quick, we do got to give out our Kevin Gallagher American Family Insurance Player of the Game with Kevin Gallagher and American Family Insurance. They've been serving Tongan families for over 25 years for all your insurance needs, home, life, auto, and more. The Kevin Gallagher Agency is there to serve you every step of the way. Well, real quick, I guess we got to get out of here. I guess tonight, I mean, a lot of players we can end up giving it to. I think Noah Carlton had another great game. And I was right. They were going to start bringing the mats out during our postgame show. You're going to see it coming in the frame here in just a little bit. They want people out of here, so we're going to have to get out of here really, really quick. Brendan, it's always been great working with you for this season. Back-to-back games this week. Always look forward to it. Might have to get together for some baseball or something this spring sports season.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to wait and see. So, all right. So thank you guys for joining us today from our folks over at Paola Sports Live and right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. I want to thank everybody for watching along with our doubleheader tonight. We will see you all tomorrow afternoon for regional wrestling action right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, your home of the Chieftains.